Hello, live on my YouTube. Uh, letting all my people, the ones who I boosted, I'm letting all you guys know that the solar flare is affecting us right now. So you're gonna the way it's supposed to work. You're gonna face your own reality in this world. You're gonna face your if you're negative, I mean, if you're really negative, it's gonna affect you. If you're positive, it's gonna affect you too. I mean, people of the light can be really dark. People of the light can be really dark, and people of the dark can be really light. It depends on our behaviors. You know, we're gonna you're gonna have to face yourself. Basically, that's the way the solar flare works. The solar flare, you're going to have to face your own self. If you became, I'll give you an example. The trolls, the ones who torment people, they're going to face the ones who torment. They're going to face themselves. They're going to become what they're always going to become. You know, it's weird how the solar flare works. The solar flare kind of like it exposes us. Each individual on this planet exposes us for what we are. You know, that's one thing I don't understand about humanity. That hello, hello, Florida. Yeah, I got a day off today, no work, so I figure I say something about the solar flare. You know, because the solar flare does affect our behaviors. That's all I can say. Because I could tell it does affect our. Right now, the way I found out is that it's being blocked. You know, and there's little of it coming out, little flares that are coming out in this to us. I mean, it's not a big effect on us. If it was wide open, then yeah, then you really see who you really are, and then you see how much insanity that you really are. But only little. I could feel like little. I could feel like little tiny bits of the flare hitting me. You know, and it does affect us. It's been affecting me and my behavior because I noticed that myself. Everybody thinks I'm fucking dark. Everybody thinks I'm negative, but in reality, I'm the opposite. I'm service to others. I do service to people. So some people, I mean, I do service to people to a point. You know, but if you service to, if you're more, I realize if you're more a service to self person, it's not it's gonna affect you big time if you're really service to self. If you service to others, which is really is kind of like I'm fighting. I'm more of service to others more than service to self. It just in my own way. And my parents think I'm crazy what I do. My parents thinks I'm fucking crazy in what I do. It's like they think it's funny about service to self. It's like it's just you're too. It's 90% of the fucking people on this planet. I say 95% of the people on this planet are service to self people. And the rest are service to others. You know. So you can't now. We have to change the perspective now. There's no communism and there's no capitalism. There's only service to self and service to others. Those are the two things that you need to know. Those are the two categories of human beings right now. You know, take your politics out, take everything out, take everything away. Two things right now is service to self and service to others. So those are where human beings are falling right now, you know. So service to others is more positive, you know. That's why I say I like a utopian society. I love utopian society because it's service to others, you know. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like, so you can't think like politics when you got to take away. It's funny. Stop being a third dimensional human. That's the question I always ask myself. Why are you a third dimensional human? You know, why do you act like a 3D human in this 3D world? I know it's a 3D world. I'm aware it's a 3D world, but I don't have to act like these service to self people. I realize I do not have to act like these service to self people. You know, I don't have to be like them. You know, it's like that's why I'm a rebellion. You know, I am a rebellion. You know, that's why I open my big fucking mouth every fucking day. I open my big fucking mouth telling you how your life is real, how life is really is, and these fuckers like to fucking, you know, they like to make it like there's you know, fluffy unicorn. They want a fluffy unicorn everything, you know. In reality, I realize how fucking service to self people are. They like to make everything like unicorn and fluffy puffy, you know, like Ilana would say. They all want fluffy puffy, you know. They all want to be comfortable. In reality, you got to face your fucking reality in this fucking world because it's not what you think. You know, these fucking people, it's not what you fucking think in this world. It's the opposite. You know, once you face the negative, your face your world for what it is. I think once you face the world for what it is, then you understand how your world is. Because this world is not no fluffy, puffy, positive bullcrap. You know, I'm being honest. You know, that's what I hate about these people. They like to cover up their trails. They like covering it, and they find blame. It's like, yeah. One thing I can't stand is fucking these fucking corporate people. These people who support corporation service to self. Corporation means you're servicing to self. So when you're profiting, you are serving to self. You're not servicing others. You're just making others. You're making others miserable. Only service to self people who is the one who profits off people's misery, profit off people's fear. You know. That's one thing you gotta understand. This solar flare, it's like little bit of it's leaking out. You know, a little bit is leaking out, and it's gonna show you who you really are on the inside. Yeah, it's gonna come down to you as a person. It's gonna come down to you. You know, that's why I say I like to face my reality. I'm not here to fucking live in fantasy land. I like to face my fucking reality in this world. You know? That's the way I work. I like to face my reality. I like to be truthful about my reality and then fucking being a liar in this reality. Because people like to lie in this they lie in this so-called ascension bullshit. You know, to me is sending. It's just sending includes facing your reality, you know. But I don't know if it, you know, I don't call it ascending anymore. It's like I don't call it. It's weird about me. It's like I've done this fucking shit before. I feel like I've done this shit before. That's why I get hung. You know, I found out that most of my lies that open my big mouth, I get hung. I get shot. Yeah, I get hung, shot. I get, you know, head chopped off. It's like, yeah. It's like they don't want me to talk because I open my big fucking mouth, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Florida. I agree with you, you know? And it's just funny about, you know, the man woman world. You know, it's funny about creation doesn't fucking care. You know, I realize creation does not fucking care. You know, it's funny. Off this planet, there are more stranger things than this world. You guys think you're normal. You're not. You're not normal in this world. You think you're normal, but you're not. You think this is all normal? I have to laugh at your face to think this. Servicing to self doesn't make psychopaths. Service to self is are beings who are mentally ill. That's why I say anybody who serves to self, they have to be mentally ill. They have a mental problem because they have, like I said, they have the obsession of destroying the planet and make everybody else misery. It's like, yeah, it's like they service to self say, yeah, we give you this, but that's the way service to self works. We give you this, but if you don't pay, we'll take it away. And it's like a rhyme. It's like a rhyme of what service to self and how it works. I mean, you have to be a psychopath to give people the lie and say, oh yeah, well, we give people things, but and if they don't pay, then we take it away. And it's like, you have to be a psychopath to give people false hopes to do that. You got to be a psychopath to do that. That's why you have repossession. Repossession. That's one thing about this world that doesn't like to expose. And they don't like to expose repossession. Because they don't. They think it's funny about these so-called positive people on this world. That they like to repossess people's houses. They like to repossess people's cars. They like to repossess. They like to. If you can't pay, we'll take all your furniture away. That's service to self. That is service to self, and that's negative. It's pretty obvious that repossession is repossession is the most negative thing to do to a human being. It does affect their minds. You pressure. It's funny about repossession. You pressure human beings on this world. I'm going to say we are pressured. We are stressed out because these fucking people will threaten you. Say you got 30 days. You have 30 days to pay. If you don't go by, it's like you're threatened to be kicked out of your house with a 30-day notice. You will be repossessed. So you have 30 days to get out of your fucking house. This is service to self people. This is the reality of these fucking liars and cheats, And I keep on saying it all the time, and these people live in their fantasy land. They're saying they're all positive and good, especially Christianity. Especially Christianity. And their false profiting and their false fucking business. They're like business. Because everything is like a business. It's like repossession is the fucking biggest negative bullshit on this fucking planet, and no one says nothing about it in this world, and these people want to say, I'm going to heaven because I did good. I repossess this person's house, this car. I repossess this house, and they say I'm going to heaven and all that shit. And say, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with these fucking people? What kind of psychopath are they? It's like, is these self-service people human? I don't know. I don't think these self-service people are human. I keep on thinking about it because they don't act like they have compassion. They don't act like they have feelings for the person who is living in that house. It's funny about the way people live. It's in a greedy world. You're gonna if you treat people like trash. This is the greedy world. If you treat people like trash, people are gonna be trash. That's the reality of it. If you treat people like trash, then the people your reflection on them, they're gonna live like trash, and they're gonna trash everything around them. So yeah, greedy. It's funny about greed. Greed created the trashy people. The greedy gold diggers created the trashy people. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. And it's funny when you put down a trashy person, that's going to affect you. It affects all of us in a way. Because when you look at a person and you judge that person because that person's trash, that person, the family of that person could have been raised poor, and it's all because of education. It's all because of education. It all starts. It's funny about education. Always starts there. It starts in our schools. That person just didn't become trash. Because usually the family member, either her family must have been trash, treating that person like trash. It runs in the family. So yeah, it's like you can't say. You can't blame them for being who they are. That's one thing you got to understand. Because in a greedy culture, we created trash. We all created these trash. We all created these people. We all created these homeless people. We all created the homeless people in this world. Because and it's funny about us is that we have to believe in these self-serving mutants. They call them mutants. I found this one guy. They call these self-serving people mutants because they don't act like normal human beings. They don't act like, not normal, but they don't act. They have a certain way of being possessive, it's funny, the word possessive. It's like, you have to be a mental person to be possessive. Like especially when it comes to housing, cars, and materialistic things. You have to be and then you're willing to shoot a person because you're so possessive. And there's possession. Possessive and possession. So yeah, that person must be possessed if he's so possessive, and so it's like you're being infected by this thing, this unnatural thing that people think this is normal, So yeah, it's weird about the word possession. The word is like we could take your possession. It's the wording. You got to understand the wording on how these people manipulate you, because it's like if you develop, it's like you say, if you have a contract and these self-service people say this contract is good, why do you need a lawyer to look at the contract and sign? That means you don't trust anybody. So contracts, like I said, I call it contracts of no trust, because they don't trust. So that's another negative about this reality. It's like, yeah, I can go down to details about how these people are so negative and show that, expose them for what they are, because that's all I'm doing right now is exposing them, and they're calling me negative. It's funny about negative people. They call me negative, and that's the way it works. Negative people will call me negative because they don't believe in the word free. So that's self-service. If you don't believe in the word free, that means you're a self-service person. You're a greedy ass gold digger motherfucker. That's what you are, if you don't believe in the word free. Because free to me is service to all, without a conscience, without it's like, yeah, I shouldn't feel guilty, for somebody. It's like, you shouldn't feel guilty when you help somebody. You shouldn't feel any kind of guilt. It should just happen naturally, Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's funny. It's like, it's funny. It's funny is that the service to self are capitalists. Capitalism, it's communism. Capitalism and communism are service to self. Anything that has ism, anybody who has a king, queen, doesn't matter who they are, they're all serves to self because it all goes to one person or a very few people, you know. If somebody's getting rich of people's labor, people who's getting rich of people's labor, that's service to self, because you're making that one person rich, but it's not really. It's like he can. It's funny about the rich asshole. Yeah, he, like I say, he can fire you or hire you. You know, he doesn't have to. A rich asshole doesn't have. When you have feelings for your employee, you shouldn't have a feelings in employee. So that's service to self. You know, I'm giving you the difference between. When you have, for me, it's like, for my utopian is like everybody is a leader. It doesn't matter if you're smart or dumb. And in my utopian society, everybody's a leader. Everybody can make their own decisions, but we all take a vote as a community. Why do you need one leader? It's like, it's funny about Anonymous. Anonymous is right about one thing, about we are all one, but there's some part of Anonymous I don't agree with, and there's some part of Anonymous I do agree with, because I think there's a split in Anonymous. I'm going to tell you there's some kind of split between Anonymous, because I hear this Christian bullshit, capitalist in Anonymous side, and I hear a completely another side of Anonymous kind of like leaning towards where I'm going, which I kind of support that part of the Anonymous, or where it's seeing way more beyond than the other Anonymous that's seeing the bull crap, the greedy ass gold diggers point of view, because the greedy ass gold diggers point of view is basically, we just want to make you all slaves, and this is our positivity, but in reality it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm just, and it's funny about me. It's like, I do believe in the word free, and it's like it's funny. I've been saying free for the beginning, and it's like, I believe in it. I believe that everybody else should have a choice. People should. It's like people. It's like I said. I want to live. I want life to be like a vacation, almost. If some people like hard work, I understand that. I mean, there are people out there that like hard work. Then yeah, let them work hard, because that's all on them. That's the way I look at it. It's that if they like to work hard, that's all on them. But every individual doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. If we're all leaders, but we all have to tell, it's like we all have to say, okay, it's like, I don't want, if I'm overworked, take a couple months off, hang around with your family, it's like I don't believe in hunger. So yeah, I believe that we should. In a strange way, I like the native way, where everywhere is your garden. I mean, everywhere is you walk out the door, it's your garden. That's how they look at it. They look at everything as a garden. It's like it's like everything. It's like you don't need a refrigerator. You just go outside and go pluck you a fucking vegetable. But these fuckers, the possessive ones, the ones who are self-service, don't like that. So they poison the land. I mean, they're the point they rape the land, and they come to the point where they have to put poison on the land. So your food is not really good for you. And then they genetically modify the food, and then turn around is really killing your ass, like it's doing to me right now. I'm eating these genetically modified food. I'm drinking. It's like I just quit soda. I just started quitting drinking soda, because it's the addiction. It's funny about that. These corporations, they like to make you addicted to their products. Addicted to their brand. It shows you how manipulative. And they tell you the lies on their brand on how it is, and they think, and they give you these false, it's like this, it's like I don't watch TV anymore. I I have a big ass TV, but I don't watch it. I watch YouTube. I select what I watch. Mostly I watch people. My thing is like I watch people eat. That's my thing. Okay. I like to watch people eat, you know? But it's like, yeah, I don't watch the news. I don't watch news. I don't watch the politics. I glance at politics, but I don't actually watch it. I just kind of like, okay, that's what's going. I just want to know exactly what's going on, you know. But I don't really watch the politics because I don't care about it, you know. Yeah, I don't care. People in politics, the political. I don't want the political mind. I never. It's funny. I never had a political mind. I never had a political. I never liked politics from the day, from my parents made me forced me to be. It's funny. My parents made me a Republican. You know, my parents made me a Republican. So yeah, my first vote was Bush. Yeah, my first vote was Bush, and after that, I never voted. I never voted one time, and then I realized that after a while I realized it's been rigged. You know, I found out is all these. I found out about the Skull and Bone Society, and I realized it's always been rigged by the Skull. And everybody, if anybody comes out of Skull and Bones, they're all presidents. You know, they're all automatically a president, whether your vote counts or not. Your vote never did count. That's the lie they tell you in this world because it's all controlled. Because it's weird about how control works. They make you selfish. They make you self-serving. They make you believe in a lot of shit. It's like now I got to the point where I don't believe in I don't believe in anything. I don't believe in anything in this world anymore. I'm past the point where I don't care. I don't give a damn about. I don't give a damn if I. I'm past the point where I don't give a damn if I die. Because dying is just an illusion too. I realize dying is nothing but an illusion, and it's not. It's like, yeah, I can. The body. It's funny. The body feels pain, but inside me doesn't. I realize that the body feels pain. Yeah, I feel pain in this body, but it's like, but I still to me pain another part of it, pain is the illusion too. So why do we have to believe that we're in pain? But yeah, it's weird that people think they're this physical thing, this physical, to the elite we're nothing but, to them that we're nothing but like suckers. What do they call us? Oh, water bags. To the elite, we're nothing but water bags. And it shows you how you can. Isn't that kind of funny? Yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah, it's funny about us human beings. We can function as one. We can function as one. We can coexist with this planet. We can coexist as one. And no one, if you coexist as one, then you wouldn't have to worry about you wouldn't worry about starvation. You wouldn't worry about being homeless. Because we all have our needs. I mean, we all have our needs. I'm going to tell you that is when you're functioning as one, you already know you already know your needs. We all provide. I mean, that's how it works. We all provide without guilt, without a conscience. We just do it. You know. Yeah, if this person needs a couch and we will make a couch and give the person the couch. If everybody else needs a couch, we all get this, all the same things. It's funny about how job wise, jobs. I don't believe in the word job. To me, jobs it does equal slavery. Employment is slavery. Money is slavery. That's why money is a Babylonian black magic money. Babel is funny. The self-service mutants, these I don't know what these humans are. I don't think they're human. They self-service. They believe in the Babylonian black magic money. You know, they believe in the black. That's why they put in God there and God we trust on the back of their fucking trucks or in their license plates. You know, it shows you how dark they really are. Because in my perspective, I see Christianity as evil. In my perspective, I see Christianity. I see Muslims. I see fucking uh, fuck. They won't let me say they won't let me say about them. I see Christianity, Muslims, and the Jewish people evil. You know, I see them all evil. I see all religion as evil. You know, yeah, I see all religion as evil because if they support a world like this, if they support a world like this, and they say they're good, they're the opposite. You know, they think in reverse in the way they look at things. So yeah, I call all religion I call all religion evil. You know, except for one. I can say Buddhism because they know about the rainbow body. They know exactly how to. Because I found out that the rainbow body you have to be really pure good. I mean, you have to be very pure good, and then your body. The way it works is that your body shrivels up, and then you come in. Then you go into this either a fourth dimensional. You could become a fourth density being on the third density plane. You know. So yeah, they can. You could be four dimensional and still be on a 3D plane. You know because the way that I found out the rainbow body is that they could play with matter. You know, it's basically you become exactly like they don't want to hear that these godlike beings, what you call to me they're extraterrestrial with they're extraterrestrial with with abilities to manipulate the reality of matter, you know. So basically that's what these rainbow monks did. They became like these very beings that these humans worship. They became very beings that these human worship, you know, which is weird that yeah, the human beings had choice of these many different extraterrestrial gods because because these extraterrestrial gods wants to claim us. You know, they want to lead us, and I say fuck them. You know, that's how I feel. I don't want nobody tell me. I don't want nobody fucking lead us to our. Basically, we've been misled. We've been misled. We've been miseducated. You know, and then I got these fucking stupid fucks who believe in this reality. Do you think this reality is what for what it is? It's like, yeah. You know, it's funny. Chaos is what human beings want. You know, that's what it's like to them when the end of the world comes. They want the chaos, so they want a negative reality. So they're gonna if they want the negative reality, they're gonna live in their negative reality. That's what they want if they want the chaos to happen. You know, I don't want it. To be honest, I don't want to live in their chaos. I don't want to live in a Mad Max era because that's how these end of the world end timers believe that they want. They want to live in this so-called Mad Max era where they had to defend themselves from the poor people. Basically, that's what it is. They're defending themselves from the poor people who have nothing because they're so addicted to their greed, to their materialistic greed. That's how you start a Mad Max era, you know. Yeah. I'm sorry that Alona. I'm sorry, Alona. So yeah, it's like yeah, these people, these negative fucks, these service to self like to have this Mad Max kind of like version of their reality. You know, they want the Mad Max reality. They want to have guns. They want to defend themselves because that's the whole idea. If you want to depopulate humanity, make them all kill themselves. Basically, that's the way it works. Because service to self Service to self is basically everybody against everybody, and they're all fighting in this Mad Max era. They're all fighting for food. They're all fighting for this bullshit. It's like, I don't want that shit. I refuse to live in that shit, you know? Because that's what these self-serving assholes want. You know, they like that. They want to have an excuse to kill an innocent human being who's trying to survive. You know, it's like, you know, if you live in a world that likes that, basically in a greedy world, you're all taught to survive. You know, you're all taught to make money. You're all taught to 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 uh to make a living, you know. And then when you take away your make a living, then yeah, then the Mad Max era comes out. You know, then that's what happens when you're taught to make a living. Because when you shut everything down, then you all become then you all live in the Mad Max era, and I want no part of it. You know, I'm setting my I rather set a different direction. I rather go grow a garden for everyone. You know, I rather make a society where we all can function together instead of living in this Mad Max era of these self-service assholes who only serve them on their own selves. Because I don't want that. You know, I refuse to live like that. You know, so yeah, I want to create a reality where I don't want to live like these self-serving assholes. I want to create a reality where we all work together instead of not having leaders. You know, and plus living in a relaxed environment. If you want to invent stuff, yeah, I like that. I want a lot of inventing. You know, I want a lot of creating. You know, only thing you need to create with the environment. So yeah, you take from the environment, but you give back at the same time. You know, that's what I want. Not the opposite, the way the self-service people, where they take and they take and they take and they take and they never give back. They throw it away like trash, you know? So yeah, you can create environments that like that. You can create an environment where you give and take and give back. Like, it's like, it doesn't have to be primitive. That's one thing about these self-service people. They think that's primitive, but it's not really primitive. You know, they're actually, you can create an environment where you can adapt in living with the environment, you know? But in the future, yeah, we're gonna have floating cities in the future. So yeah, sooner or later we're gonna leave. We're gonna let this planet heal once we create the floating cities. I know the floating city is gonna come. You know, the floating city is not gonna come in my generation, but it's gonna come. And then finally, this planet can heal completely. You know, because I don't want this planet to go through its hell again. So yeah, I'm just I'm just all I care about is healing the planet. That's my job, is to find a way to find a solution where we can heal the fucking planet without, we already done more damage on the planet as you think, you know? So the people who are damaging the planet are the ones who are responsible, you know, especially the coal mines, the fracking, the oil, the oil, anything that has anything that that does damage to the planet, these corporations are responsible. All the corporations that are damaging this planet, they are responsible. It's gonna affect you guys. You know, the solar flare is gonna affect these greedy, selfish motherfuckers. It's gonna affect how they think. It's gonna affect everything about them. It's gonna show them who they really are. You know, the solar flare will drive us nuts. If the solar flare goes in full, it will drive us nuts. I can tell you that it will drive us nuts, and then the real side of us comes out. You know, the real side of us comes out. You know, because that's why I'm exposing myself. That's why I expose myself when I make these videos. I am exposing myself, and it's funny about the trolls. You know, they expose me, yes, but they help me at the same time. I'm telling you, they help me. You know, yeah, Yeah, I saw that one where they dig. Is that where they dig this deep ass tunnel, and all of a sudden they drain the whole water for it's like a salt mine or something? I saw that. That was kind of it's funny. I saw that shit. I saw that. I saw that shit. I saw that what they did in Louisiana. How that whole because they dig a fucking tunnel and the whole fucking lake dried out. It's like they like to cover up their it's funny about corporations, they like to cover up their tracks. That's what corporation does. They like to cover up their tracks with lawyers. You have lawyers and the judges. They like to cover up their tracks. You know, that's what corporation does. It's everything is in favor to the corporations. Yeah, they do have weather wars. You know about the weather wars, right? Florida. You know about the weather war. You know the fake weather, the fake weather wars. They're having a weather wars between these two insane secret societies. These. Oh yeah, they're fighting. It's funny. We're in the middle of a fight. Humanity is in the middle of a fight between these elites. You know, and we're in the middle of this fucking bullshit. And then I know their objective. Their objective is to eliminate us. Their objective is to eliminate human beings. That's why they poison. That's why they poison our food. That's why they poison our water. That's why they have these chemtrails. It's funny, Florida. I've been seeing like 15, 20 chemtrails right on top of me, fresh every day, every fucking day. I've seen a chemtrail following me everywhere I go. I noticed that now. Chemtrails are following the fuck out of me, you know. And I know about now. I know about the nanites. Yeah, I know about the nanites in the chemtrail. They're spreading nanites, and then the nanites get into your body, and then all they have to do is flick the switch on, and then that's it. You're done. That's all they have to do is flick the switch on with the nanites, because the nanites will, you know, because I sometimes I feel like I have some nanites. That's one thing. One thing, one thing was weird. My boss, I pointed out a chemtrail to my boss, and my boss says, "Oh, they're cleaning the air with the chemtrail." This is what my boss said. My boss said they're cleaning the air with the chemtrail. I say, what? And he's a Christian, and he's a fucking Christian. This is my boss. I'm not gonna say his name, but this is my boss. He said that the chemtrails are cleaning our air. Yeah, yeah, they've been spraying a shitload down here in South Carolina. I mean, I've been seeing it a shitload. It's in Charleston itself. I saw at least 15, 20 chemtrails in my spot where I work. You know, and then it's like and then when I show the dragons, every time I show when I show you guys those dragon clouds, right? There's always a chemtrail that goes across it all the time. And when I showed you that invisible ship, there was a chemtrail going across it all the time because they're trying to cover up. They're covering up a lot of shit. They want to cover up all this stuff, you know. One thing that was weird about it is like I felt the sickness from the ship. Was the ship made me feel kind of sick in a strange way. When I felt it was because I don't think it's a friendly ship. You know. But it's like I feel like I'm being monitored by them. These pyramidic ships. I mean, they're big, huge pyramid ships. They can cloak themselves. Pyramid ships. They can hide amongst the clouds. They can cloak themselves. But somehow they want to be seen. Even though they were cloaked, they wanted to be seen. Yeah, I saw a white orb. I saw a white orb when I came out of a restaurant. I saw two eyeballs. Say it says, "I'm looking at you." A cloud of two eyeballs. I'm looking at you, and then all of a sudden this orb flies out because it created the. It was manipulating the clouds. The orb was manipulating the clouds, saying, "I'm looking at you," and then I saw the little orb fly behind the clouds. I caught it just in time. I say, "Holy shit! Yeah, I saw an orb, but I couldn't get my camera. I wasn't fast enough to get my camera to see the orb, But the orb knew I was the orb knew that I knew. That's one thing about me is kind of weird. The orb knew that I knew that I knew that they were watching me. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. It's funny. I have little tiny spirits in my house. You know, I have spirits in my house walking up and down the stairs. Somehow I have a portal in my house, which people don't. Only it's funny about it. You have to be I think you have to be a metaphysical person to feel them. And then sometimes some people can see them, and some people, I realize the ones who are blind and ones who are numb, and who ones who believe in this reality, they can't see shit. Yeah, kids. Yeah, Children feel spirits. Animals feel the spirit. Animals definitely. Dogs, cats, all animals. All animals feel spirits. It shows you how much dumb how much they kept us dumb. They kept us so dumb not to believe in all this shit. You know. Well, right now, right normal. The solar flare. It's just a little of it. It's leaking out a little bit, but not too much. That's what I know because I feel it. I feel it affecting me too. Because I have this depression thing. My depression affects me. When I feel the thing, it's like yeah, it won't fully come out. I think it won't fully come out in like I think in between 2 to 3 years. That's what I think normal. That's just a guess. I say 2 to 3 years in between. I can't give like you can't. It's like I realize the sun has its own personality. The sun itself has its own personality. The sun will do when it feels when he feels like it. Yeah, animals. I think animals have a better time. I think animals will ascend way easier than human beings will. I think animals will evolve. One thing about human beings don't realize that animals do evolve. You know, they become they can have they become like star like us. We have a star figure. Animals can walk sooner or later. Animals will stand up and become more. We can understand them. You know. Yeah, I agree with you, Ilona. Yeah, animals do evolve. That's one thing human beings do not understand is that if humanity can evolve from a monkey, humanity was once a monkey, and they evolve and then they become this. So you can imagine all the apes, the chimps that we've been using them on scientific bull crap. That yeah, they can evolve too. They can evolve. It's like all animals on this planet can evolve. That's one thing they don't understand in this world. It's like, yeah, it's not just human beings that it can evolve, it's animals too. And then their spirit, animals can go in the human body. Their spirit can be in the human body if they choose to. They have choices. Human animals don't have to be animals. They can be humans. They can be in the human body. Because I was once an animal. I was once an animal. I It's funny about, yeah, werewolves. There are such thing. I'm going to tell you, there are such thing as werewolf, and I've been a werewolf, and I've been hunted down by humanoids. I know what it's like to be an animal. This strange thing about it is like I know what it's like to be an animal. I know animals actually have more compassion than what you think. They have way more compassion. They all work together, But I know wolves have packs. Wolves, they all have to survive together as a pack. That's why I like the animal nature. In a strange way, humanity can function as a pack, you know, but they don't have to fight. That's the only problem about the wolves. They're all in different packs. They're all like gangs, but they all, in order to survive, they all have to kill to survive, and that's the way, I guess that's the way they designed us on this world, is to kill to survive, and then our hunger is the whole reason why we kill. I realize the hunger in us is that's why we would kill. That's why we have to survive, is the hunger. If we didn't have hunger, then we wouldn't have to worry about surviving if we didn't have hunger. But that's how they designed us. That's why they make us. That's why we have a survival instinct. That's why because of our hunger. Hunger. Humanity's weakness is hunger, and humanity's other weakness is sleep. So yeah, humanity has two weaknesses: hunger and sleep. So that's that only way you control humanity is hunger and sleep, because when you sleep, you're vulnerable, and then they can come. It's like when you go to sleep, they can come at night, and you wouldn't even notice they're coming when you're sleeping. If you sleep like 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day, yeah, you wouldn't even know they were coming, and they can always check on you, and they can always analyze you while you're sleeping. You know, Yeah, it's like an experimental. We're like one big, huge experiment on this fucking world. It's like, and yeah, we're harvests. Like cattle. We're like human cattle. It's like for other beings to say, "Oh, I like this human being. This human being is smart. We'll use him." Sometimes they'll use us. Sometimes they'll use us for food, and sometimes they'll use us for fucking for slavery, for mines, because that's what we are. Or basically, that's why I call you. That's why I call humanity gold diggers, because that's what they are. They're just gold diggers with the hunger. They have the hunger in them, so they can feed themselves. They have to make a living because of their hunger. You know, hunger. I mean, hunger is like, it's funny about hungry, being hungry all the time, being starved every day. Your body always wants to eat. It's like, yeah, that's why we were called consumers, because we're always consuming everything that we touch. We eat everything that we touch. Yeah, I heard about that. Chemtrails, yeah. Yeah, I heard about the forced vaccination, Norma. I heard about that. I'm not going to get myself vaccinated. You know, it's funny about humanity. It's like, oh, Norma, it's funny you say that. I think I think animals can go to 4D. I think animals can go to 4D. Because it's funny, if I was an animal myself, I realized that if I was an animal, and how it's like it's like it doesn't matter your spirit. I think all the spirits are just different, you know. Because I wouldn't say all the spirits are all the same. I mean, yeah, the spirits that we have, it's funny. Animals, if animals go into the human body, yeah, they can go to then they can go to 4D actually, if they do that, because there are animals that are in human bodies too. So that they have the animal spirit is similar to our spirit actually. I know. I wonder who made the rules up saying animals don't have to are not allowed to go to the four-dimensional 4D. Just cares about the rules because see, that's one thing about us human beings. We don't really know much. I mean, we don't really know much about the 4D. We don't really know about much about the 2D unless you've been unless you've been unless you've been unless you've been abducted by a being who gave you all the details on how we should evolve or transcend or whatever you call it. Yeah, because I know that the first dimension is really fucked up. I know the first dimension is really fucked up place. In my perspective, see, the way I've been doing, I've been comparing people's versions of ascending. I've been comparing notes on, and I come up with all these different versions. It's like there's never the same version, but it's like, but they're all heading the same direction, but they're all different in on how they have their perspective of looking at things. So yeah, I kind of like I realized that every group, I realized that every group that the ones that I know, they all have different realities. They're all creating a different reality, in each group. You know, they're all splitting up in these different realities. There's different, like there's different pockets. I realize there's different pockets of densities, because I look at densities like a pocket, because it's like a place where it's it's in the third density, but there's a pocket somewhere to get up to these higher densities. And then some people, there's some groups that I find that I know one group that is just has the AI written over them. The AI written over them, way they're functioning, because they took belief out of everything. They took belief, so now all I see is just a plain old white nothingness. Basically that's what AI is. But it's funny how the AI is the creation of the nothingness. Basically, it's just white. That's all I saw, is white nothingness, of no beliefs at all. And so if you live in a reality with that, that's kind of like that's. But it's like coming here. Coming here is an experience, and the ones who have no beliefs at all is an experience. I know it's weird. It's like now, if you look at the fourth density, it's like, yeah, it's matter. You're manipulating the matter and antimatter to create a reality that you want. You become a higher state, according to Corey Good. Because I've been kind of like into Corey Good lately. I kind of like. I mean, I like. I mean, Dave Wilcock's okay, but it's like I like Corey Good more than I like Dave Wilcock. It's like something about it's like, because he kind of like gives out the reality of our own reality, which is like how I face my reality. Yeah, I know. They're the meds don't work. Uh, See, I'm same here. I'm diabetic too, Noma. I'm diabetic. I think vegetables I think fruits and apples will keep your diabetic down. I think if you keep eating fruit and vegetables, I think no, and change your diet. Because right now I cut down on soda. I cut down on soda. Now I'm kind of like cutting down on everything. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm I don't know. For me, it's kind of weird. It's like yeah, I've been yeah. Listen to Florida. Florida knows exactly. Florida knows exactly. Yeah, it's strange because I like I'm the type I like to compare notes. I like to know I like to compare everybody's different parts of their version of ascension or whatever you call it because it's for me I see multiple different parts of ascension. I don't see the everybody has a different way of doing things. Everybody has a different perspective and I try to compare all the notes. I put all the notes together. I take it. It's funny about me. I take everything and I put it all together. You know, and it's like yeah, it's good to it's good in a way. It's good to face your own reality. You know, it's good to face it's good to face your own reality. Yeah, I understand that. For me, reality to me is not real. So that's how I look at it. Reality to me is not real at all. To me, reality, this is all bull crap to me. This world is nothing but bull crap. You know, it keeps you down. This world keeps you down. I'm going to tell you this, Norma. This world keeps you down. It doesn't want you to grow. It doesn't want you to expand yourself. It doesn't want you to. It doesn't want you to push. It doesn't want you to not not push yourself. In your learning. It doesn't want to push yourself in your learning. This world does not do that. This world doesn't like you to go further, push yourself beyond this madness here. This world suppresses you. This world, that's its job, is to suppress it. And then you got all these, you got 90% of these negative assholes around you that are suppressing you, that doesn't want you to go, that doesn't want to be pushed out of this reality. They don't want you to see that there are options of other realities than this reality. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Florida. I agree with you on that one. Yeah, I'm just letting you guys know that this world does not like to push your mind. It suppresses your mind. That's why you got people say you're dumb. It's funny. That's why it's so funny about me when I say it too. You say you're ignorant, you're dumb, you're stupid. And then turn around when you look in the world that that kind of like manipulate us to make us this way, to make us dumb and stupid, and all we have to do, and they believe life we have to work. That's it. We have no choice. We have to work. If you don't work, you can't live. So yeah, hunger has to do with that. Hunger has to do with everything that's going on with this world to keep us to keep us low vibration. You know, it gives us a low vibration living in this world, and then everything in this world there's always problems. Every single human being has a problem. I'm going to tell you right now, every single human being has a fucking problem. Every single one of us, even me. You know, and these problems are the whole reason why humanity is so suppressed. And these fucking people who are living in their fantasy world, in their greedy gold digging ways, are making people more lower vibe. They're like a low vibe. It's like it's like they don't want you to be positive in this world. They don't want you to be positive in this world. I'm gonna be honest with you, because of the greedy gold diggers. They don't want positivity in this world because they want to keep us as slaves. They're used to they're used to their own. Greedy gold diggers are used to the wealth. They're used to the wealth. They're used to the materialism, and it's like being a drug addict. Greedy gold diggers are like drug addicts. And if they go down, it's like if the greedy gold diggers go down, we go down with them. That's the way it works. If a greedy gold digger goes down, we go down with them. And then more chaos and more fucking stress, more. It's like everything. It's like it doesn't want you to grow. It takes you down. That's what these people. That's what these people do. I mean, I just noticed. I noticed that these people don't like they give these people the false hope of going up and having positivity. Yeah, I know. I agree with you. Yeah, I'm tired of the debt slave. I'm tired of being a debt slave. Freedom. I'm tired of being a debt slave, and I'm tired of. I call them terrorists. People who believe in debt are the true terrorists of life. And that's being blunt and honest. People who banksters. Banksters are the mobs. Banksters are the mobs. Your bank is a mob. And you got people who support them. We got 90% of the people who support them, who believes in them. We put all our money in these fucking big bank frauds because that's what they are. They're all frauds. If you believe in banks, then you have a fucking problem. If you believe in banks, because banks are corporations. Guess what? Banks are corporations too. They run it like a business. They have to make a profit off of you. Everything. It's like your army, like your government. Your government is a corporation. It's run like a business. The only thing different about it is you sign a contract and your life they own your life. So it tells you how fucked up this world is. That this world is corporation. That's why they call it corporate America. And there's people with the government mind. The mind that blame the government, but really it's the corporation you should be blaming. Because they do the wars like the wars. It's funny about corporation runs the war. The corporations are the ones who are providing the weapons. They're providing weapons on both sides. That's one thing you got to understand. They provide weapons on both sides, so it's a sacrificial. It's a Lucifer. Wars are Luciferian. I realize the wars are Luciferian, and is human sacrifice. According to Luciferian, it's a Luciferian human sacrifice. That's what wars are. Yeah, Social Security number. We are a number. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Florida. Yeah, I found out. Yeah, wars are Luciferian. Everything about this world is Luciferian, and people in this world, humanity are so manipulated by the Luciferians themselves, and they're not even human. They're the oldest part. They're the oldest descendant of humanity, but they've been doing this for hundreds of thousands of years. They've been doing this hundreds of thousands of years. Yeah, holidays on Luciferians. Like, yeah, this whole world is Luciferian. And I look at Christianity, Jewish people, and Muslims are all Luciferians, and they're not even aware that they are Luciferians because they're so infected by the Luciferians in this world, and their way of life. And they're gonna call me evil. These the religious nutbags are gonna call me fucking evil. And look at how they live in their world. If you look at how you live in your world, then you understand, But these religious nutbags don't see that. They don't see how they live in their world. It's gross. Their world is gross. I'm telling you, they don't take care of their world. The religious nutbags do not know how to take care of their world. All they do is spread their abuse because of their religious beliefs. They spread their abuse because of their religious beliefs. I'm sorry to say that, Yeah, exactly. And the whole objective is to stop judging each other and stop judging everything about this world. Yeah, exactly, Ilona. Oh my God. Yeah, the God ways of thinking. I hate the way these people use the God's way of thinking, for greed. They use God's ways of thinking for greed. I didn't know God was a greedy person. I didn't know God liked spreading money around it. I didn't know God liked slaves. I guess God must like slavery on humanity. God loves slaves on humanity. God like greedy people. And then God likes this individual person because he's been blessed. Everybody else can go fuck yourself. Basically, that's basically how these people think. I've been blessed because I have billions of fucking dollars and I'm making millions of dollars. Everybody else could go fuck yourself because God loves me only. I hate those kind of fucking people. The way they think and how they fucking think is all based on business and money. It's like it's funny, but I was watching those mega church pastors. Those mega church pastors, how sick they really are, how manipulative, how much a manipulator they are, and you got all these idiots and morons following these mega these mega churches and giving their money away for their wealth, you know, for their fucking jets and their Rolls Royce and their Armani jackets. It shows you exactly how Christianity is. Even it's funny about poor people too. The poor version of the church is disgusting itself too. The poor churches, I'm going both ways. Poor churches and rich churches. It doesn't matter. You know, I go both ways. Poor churches, it doesn't matter. You're nothing but a sick fucking person, and you manipulate people to believe in fucking being a slave. I don't give a fuck what church you're from. I don't give a fuck where you're from. You're all fucking sick. You're all manipulative and you're all fucking sick. Yeah, it's like I'm sick and tired of listening to these bullshitters from it's like all these churches. I mean, every single churches, mosque or whatever, they're all promoting materialism. They're all promoting materialism, except for the Amish people. But the Amish people are fucking sick too. The Amish people are fucking sick the way they are, but in a strange way, they are with their environment. I can admit that. But the way they treat their human beings, I don't like the way they treat their human beings, the Amish people. It's like they're like going back into the 1700s and the mistreatment of human beings. I mean, they have slavery. Slavery comes in all different forms. Slavery comes in all different forms. Making money to come down to fucking from child creating sneakers. I mean, this planet is a slave planet. I'm gonna tell you, this planet is a slave planet, and we're all being like going. We're not going past the point where it's like it's ridiculous. We're not being pushed. We're not at our full potential on this planet. This planet does not bring our full potential out. You know, it only brings out all these greedy gold diggers don't like you to have your full potential. You know. Oh my God. Yeah, the reset. Yeah, I know about the reset. Oh yeah, everybody, the reset. The reset is gonna come. So yeah, the reset is gonna come. So yeah, I'm waiting for that, Norma. I'm waiting for that to come, the reset. Because when that reset comes, shit, everybody's debt's gonna be paid off. Everybody's debt's gonna be paid off when the reset comes. So yeah, there is going to be a new currency according to these new greedy gold diggers that are taking over. The new version of slavery. The new version of slavery is coming. The gold standard. The gold standard to me, gold standard is a new version of slavery. So it doesn't matter to me anymore. So yeah, you guys gonna have a new you're gonna have a new currency based on gold. So I look at to me money period or gold to me is nothing but a useless piece of rock. I'm gonna be blunt about it. To me, gold is nothing but a useless shiny piece of rock that human beings. It's like when a moth look at a light. When a moth is so attracted to a light, so bzz, it kills itself. That's how I look at human being. Human beings are like moths. They like shiny stuff. You know. So I look at gold as a useless. To me, it's just a useless piece of rock. But only thing is good for is it does help your body. Gold's supposed to help your body out. You know about the monatomic gold, right? The monatomic gold is supposed to help. It helps your body. The white powder does. It's like we need iron in our. It's like we need iron in our body. Just imagine putting gold in your body. You know. So yeah, that's how I look at gold. I look at gold as an element. Like I don't see it as a. I don't see it as value. You know, I don't see gold as a value. To me, it's just a shiny piece. It's just a rock with a certain element that can help your body out. You know. So yeah, that's how I look. I look at monatomic gold. Monatomic gold is completely different element. That's why these beings from Nabaru, Nabaru, right? Nabaru will come by and they come here, they pick up their gold, and they use the gold for their city, for their city, and then they use it for themselves so they can be immortal. You know, that's what gold does. That's what the whole reason why that's why we're mining the gold because of them. They're like the mafia. The mob got to pick up their gold and then they go back and they do their 3,600-mile rotation around our solar system because they are part of our solar system. The Nabaru is part of our solar. I found out there's more than one planet on our solar system. Yeah, there's more than 13 planets in our solar system, Ilona. I found out there are more than 13, and some of the planets are cloaked. I'm aware that there are cloaked planets in our solar system, and they don't want us to notice them, And they're here. We have more than one planet on this fucking. It's not just 12 planets. There's more than one planet. More than 12, 13 planets. There's more. They're Earth-like. They're all Earth-like type planets. That's how stupid we really are, because we don't see, they don't like us. We have other life on the solar system. We have other lives on this solar system. It shows you. It makes us really ignorant people. That's how ignorant we are because we think we're alone. You know. Yeah, and just I don't know. It's kind of strange. Strange days. What time is it? Yeah, I figure all my people are just. I'm letting all the the ones I boosted up. I'm letting all the ones who are watching me, the ones who I boosted up. Be aware of your behavior. The ones who I boosted up, be aware of your behavior because the solar flare is gonna affect your behavior a little bit. So I'm letting all the ones I boosted up be aware of it. You know. You're welcome. Yeah, and then learn how. Well, face your be. All I can say to you guys, face your behavior. Face face your behavior. Face yourself. You know. That's all I'm telling you. That's yeah. It's funny about me. I do things for free. I do everything for free. You know, to a point. It's like I don't. It's like when I boost people, I just don't boost anybody. I just boost the ones that I feel like yeah that are going through the shit like I'm going through. You know. Yeah. No. Drink yourself away. That's funny. I don't drink. I do not drink. I don't take drugs because I don't like being part of the fucking game. I don't want to be part of the game. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. You know, my drug of choice is soda. I drink a lot of soda. Now I cut down on that. So I cut down on soda. So now I'm trying to get off the drug habit of soda. You know, the rainbow currency. The rainbow currency. Oh my god. I know. I don't believe in currency itself. To me, currency is just a manipulation. You know, I look at currency as just a mind control device. You know, that's how I look at money. It's a mind control device that makes you. It's a drug of choice, and people's how it play with your mind. You know, that's what it is. The currency is just is a physical mind control device. That's what it is to me. You know. Yeah, it's like we're all addicted to this currency. We're all addicted to. That's why that's why we have borders. You know, you think about it. Yeah, that's why you think about it. That's why we have borders so we can protect our protect our way of protect our resources. You know when you have currency is always related to resources. You know, because everything we buy is based on currency. You know, it's all materialism. Currency always leads you to materialism, the mind of materialism. So you have to stop thinking like that. You have to stop thinking. You have to stop thinking like a typical 3D human who believes in currencies. You know, yeah, there are trade offs. I mean, yeah, there are exchanges. I mean, there are beings out there that does exchanges in a friendly manner. You know, if they like to be friends with you, they will exchange with you without currency. You know, they will share your technology. They share your technology because they like you. They will want to be friends with you. So that's the reason why they give their technology away. You know, because they you don't pay for the technology. They give it to you because they want to be friends. You know. Yeah, so yeah, you don't pay for nothing when you're out in space. You throw your cash away, throw your cash away, throw your gold away. When you're out there in space, it's all useless. And stop thinking like a slave. You know, when you think about silver, gold, and paper money, you think like a slave. That's what a slave thinks. You gotta go beyond that bull crap. You know? Hello, David. You know, you gotta. It's funny that the corporation out in space is spreading their madness out in space. They're spreading their madness out in space, and that's got to stop. You know, because everybody out there is going to turn mad. We got to stop thinking like a slave. Because that's so, you know, it's funny. Some of the beings look down at us. I'm going to tell you, some of the beings look down at us. They think we're animals. You know, I heard that. You know, I heard from, it's like Corey. Corey says some of the beings are snobby and they look down. They think we're animals. Okay, they think we're animals. The way we are, the way we run this planet. You know, we behave like animals when it comes to money. We behave like animals when it comes to money because they it's like the end time people are the one animalistic nature of fighting, you know? So we gotta go past that point. We have to leave past that point where you don't have the thoughts of a currency or fucking gold and silver. I don't give a fuck what you think, you know? Yeah, 3 years, 2 or 3 years. They say it might come early. I don't know. My guess is 2 or 3 years. Norma. Yeah, you gotta take that currency crap out of your mind if you really want to go. According to them, if you want to go higher density, get rid of the currency bull crap out of your mind. You know. I'm gonna be straight out with you on that part. You know, you got to get rid of this way of thinking. You can't think that way. Because when you go in, I think I think these higher densities is kind of like you're creating your own place. You're creating your own reality with your own thoughts. You know, you're creating matter. You know, you're going to create and I think in the fourth density, it's like you can create a utopian society easily because you all function as one. You're all one. You know, that's one thing. That's one thing you don't understand. When you're all one, you don't need currencies. You don't need money. You don't need nothing. You don't need to even have the thoughts because you're already going to be taken care of. You know, every one of us in that density is going to take care of you no matter what. You know, that's how I look at it. You know. Yeah, I know. I know, Ilona. Yeah, we have to this nightmare. See, yeah, I realize I live in a nightmare. I woke up into a nightmare and it's like, what the fuck? You know? What the fuck? It's like every day is like I wake up and say, what the fuck? You know? It's like I can hear the cops now. You can hear the fucking fireman. It's like, yeah. First responders, you know, I hate that word, first responders. But yeah, their good intention is to I don't like the cops here in this world, you know. I do not like the cops. They're too aggressive. You know, they mistreat people in this world. That's why I don't like cops. You know, firemen, they're good. I think they're good just putting out fires, you know, which is good. Anybody, if you have a community that work together, we all can put out a fire ourselves together, you know. That's why I don't believe in money. I don't believe in I don't believe money is a savior of lives. You know, I don't believe money is a savior. I think human beings are their own savior of their own selves. That's how I look at it. Human beings are the savior of their own selves instead of currency. Currency is just nothing but bullcrap, you know? Oh, what happened? Who blocked that? I want to see what Florida says. Who blocked that one? I didn't block that one. I didn't block that one. Freedom. What did you say? I wanted to see that one. What the hell? Oh, okay, viewed. Okay, I can view it. Okay, I see. Yeah, I agree with you. I saw it. I understand. Yeah, I do. I fuck the police, you know? I do. I say fuck the police. You know? They're for corporate they're a business. I realize that policing is a business, you know, and they treat their policemen like soldiers. Because I've seen the police. I've been looking into the police training. They treat them like soldiers, you know, because that's the whole objective. Because I saw their drill instructor, the police drill instructor. They do exactly like the Army does, you know. You know, it's like, yeah, they do exactly like the Army does on how they train their policemen. You know, because they're always, yeah. And truthfully, they don't. It's like I've been in a cop car and I've seen how they look up their laws. They don't know the laws. Cops do not know the law. They know that they only know portions of the law. They only know the laws that, you know, they know the laws. They know a little bit more about the law, but they go on the computer, or when they go in their car, they go on the computer and they make printouts on the law. You know, they have printouts on everything about the law. What you've broken. It's like I asked a cop one time. It's like, when I was getting DOT inspection. It's like I asked a cop. It's like do they really know all the laws? You know, because there's so many. It's like a big. Do they have to memorize all? How could you memorize all the laws? You know, how could you memorize all the laws? Because they really don't know all the laws. So they kind of like they make up their own laws in a way. They make up their own laws for their own protection. You know, it's like it's like the camera thing. I've been looking at the camera thing. Is like they don't want to get in trouble. If you expose them with a camera, they don't want to get in trouble. You know, because you know it's funny. It's okay for them to camera you, but it's not okay for you to camera them. Any authority system, you know, any authority system that tells you it's not okay. Anything. I know Border Patrol, cops. I don't care what authority you are. So they don't want to get in trouble because they're basically they're assuming the law. They know all the law. They assume that they know all the law, you know, but they don't really know all the law because there's a lawyer. That's why you need a lawyer. The lawyer knows all. The lawyer doesn't know all the law either. It's funny about lawyers; they don't know all the law because they have to go to the library, the law library to look up the law. That's why they have to study the law. You know, you have to study the law to bring forth to the judge, so the judge can, and then they interpret the law. You know, and the only way to comply with the law. And then it's so funny how these fucking people are. It's so fucked up how the law works. It's so pretty fucked up. You know, so you come to a point where a policeman needs to be a lawyer. I think the police only way you can be a policeman, you have to be a lawyer. That's what they should do. They should make all policemen lawyers because then they'll really truly know. Then they're truly a law. Then they know the law, you know, because policemen only knows portion of the law. That's what the policemen do. That's why they have to go. That's why the ones they give the tickets, the policeman has to be there when they do the tickets. You know, like did you speed 55, and then and then the judge will say, because you have no choice, they'll tell you, are you guilty? If you're guilty and you admit your guilt, then your fine is dismissed. But if you fight against it, if you fight against the ticket, then and then you lose, and then your fine doubles. It's kind of like it's a business. Policemen are nothing but employers. They're employees. Policemen are employees in a business, and they create fines for their quota, Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with you, Yeah, it's all about quota. I realize it's a quota system on a certain time where they need to find a certain amount of people and put people on their records. They love the record system is nothing but a fraud. I'm going to tell you, all you fucking people out there, the record system is a fraud, because corporations are in control. It's a corporation. When you get a job, corporation they use our records against you. That's the whole reason why they have record system, is to use that against you. It's like when you buy a car, you buy a house, and then the stupid fucking credit system is like a credit system is like a record system too. That's a big fraud too. The credit system is a big fraud. I'm going to tell you that right now. Anybody that believes in the credit system, the people who are kind of like the greedy gold diggers believe in the credit system. It's kind of racist to have a credit system. I'm going to be blunt. It's kind of racist to have a credit system, because you could see that obviously in the poor and the rich neighborhoods, in some kind of way, it's really weird. It's like, yeah, the credit system is a fraud. The record system is a fraud. Murdering somebody, killing somebody, yeah. They just, we need people to go to get the ones. If you kill somebody over stupid shit, then you're in a pretty big, huge moron for doing that. For killing people over a fucking shoe. It shows you how ignorant human beings, because they kill for materialism. There are human beings out there that will kill for materialism. That's the most ignorant fucking human being that I ever seen, that would kill for material. People like that need to go to jail. If they're willing to kill for a fucking TV, for a car, for a house, for drugs. For drugs, you kill people over drugs. You have to be ignorant to kill people over drugs and money. And if you kill people for money, then you're definitely fucking ignorant. If you kill people for money, it shows you how negative this reality is. They kill for anything. They kill for all because of materialism, all because of hunger. They kill for hunger. They kill for materialism. They kill for money. They kill, and you got your psychopath. You got your psychotic killers that likes to kill because they like it. They make. It's funny about psychopaths. The psychotic ones. They make the best soldiers. I can tell you, they make the best soldiers. If they like killing. Because I would use them as a defense for this planet. The psychopaths. That's the way I think. Because if you want to kill, it's like they have this thing about slicing up people, because that's a whole different type of psychotic. And it's funny that you got beings out there, Yeah, I agree with you, David. Yeah, I think the record system needs to be off the world, and the credit. We should get rid of the credit system, the record system. I mean, it's funny. I want the poor people to have the same amount of living, at least to like a millionaire. I want all the poor people to be millionaires. I just want to see I just want to see the reaction on how they live. You know, I just want to see the difference between from going from poor to being a millionaire. You know, I want all the poor people to be millionaires, and I like, for me it's like, yeah, I just want the million. I want everybody. I want all the poor people to be the same level as these fucking rich assholes, and that will offset a lot of things. You know, that would offset. That would offset everything in this world, because these people are so offended. You know, me saying that. You know, there are people who watch me and are so offended because no, that's not right. You can't do that. You can't do. They have to work their ass off. They have to work hard to do it. You can't just give it to them. Well, give it to them. You know, I say give it to them. I don't give a fuck. Just give it to them. Let them live. Let's take the stress off of them. You know. You know, only a greedy gold digger will make everybody's life stressful. You know, and give you the fake positivity, telling you, oh, they should work hard. You know. Yeah, we should all be in the same level. Every single human being should be at the same level. I don't give a fuck. Every single human being should be the same level. Everybody should not be hungry. You know, everybody should live life the fullest. Everybody should live the life the way they want to live. To be honest, I don't give a fuck if they're lazy. We got 7 billion people on this. We have 7 billion people on this planet, and I don't give a fuck if they're lazy, because we have plenty enough people on this planet. We have plenty enough people on this planet, and so it doesn't matter if they're lazy. You know. Yeah, I know. I know. I know, Freedom, Florida. I know they will turn greedy because I'm just trying. It's the only way that they can become. That's the only way you can expose them. You know, but it goes both ways. Freedom, greed is greed. Doesn't matter what it is. Greed is greed. You know, because we all created. Greedy people created the poor people. The greedy people created the poor people. It's like it's not their fault. I think it's not poor people's fault for being who they are, you know? So yeah, let them live the life as the greedy one. You know, let them live life as the rich ones. And then you could tell who, when you raise their level, when you raise them up a little bit, then you could tell who's the negative ones and who's the positive ones. You know, you could tell who's the money grubbers, and it's like you could tell. Yeah, nature does. Yeah, exactly. Nature does not ask for money. I agree with you on that, Lona. Nature doesn't care about. It's funny about nature. Nature doesn't care about money. Nature does not care. You know, it's funny about creation. Creation does not care about money. Creation does not care about money at period. It doesn't even care about it. Doesn't even care about your gender. It doesn't even care about. It doesn't care about nothing. You know. It's like it's so weird about this world. It's like they believe they based on everything on their materialism, because this world is based on everything that they base is based on materialism. You know. Yeah. You know, it's funny. I think the greedy people should be poor. You know, I think the greedy people should be poor. If they used to be poor, then they should be poor again. You know. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one, David. Nature does tame humanity. Right now, yeah, nature will tame humanity. You know, it's funny. Nature. It's funny about nature. It's about this. one thing humanity doesn't know, that nature does fight back. You know, nature does fight back. You know, if there's a virus on a planet, like we became a virus, okay? Nature will create its own virus to counter react the virus. You know, that's one thing that the humanity doesn't understand, that this planet, like I said, this planet is a living being. This planet is a living being. When you have a virus on a planet, it will create its own virus. And humanity can't stop this virus. I can tell you that humanity can't stop this virus. You know, there's going to be no cure to stop this virus. Because humanity, if humanity doesn't learn, you know, this virus is going to come and it's going to wipe out humanity. You know. Where are you from? Um, where am I from? I'm not from this reality. I'm not from here. I'm actually an energetic being, actually. I'm not a physical. I've been a Palladian. I've been I've been all kinds of stuff. I've been planets. I've been all kind I've been animals. I've been everything. I'm actually I'm actually energetic in my own nature, you know. I don't have a physical form. I'm from a different realm. They call it realm. I don't know why they call it realm. I know I'm from, me and Alona are from somewhere different, you know. I realize that I'm from somewhere else. I'm not from here. I'm in a strange way, I am on the other side, I am a dragon. You know, I'm a dragon. I'm like a source. I'm a source type being. Norma, I'm a source type being. I'm like source, and I can create my own stuff. I can create my own reality in my own way. I don't know why, because I seen it. I seen the reality I created. It's like I'm another version. I'm like, you know, I'm like Jay is Yang and I'm Ying. You know, I'm more positive in my own way. I know I'm positive. I can tell you that I am very positive. But it's like I don't believe I'm from this physical reality. I don't believe I'm from this physical reality, you know? Oh, that's the guy. Yeah, I don't see myself. I used to be a Palladian. I've been a Palladian woman and a Palladian. I think I had two lives. I had two lives as a Palladian, a woman and a man. But I've been other different beings from other planets too. I've been like a half. I don't know. I've been like I look like one part of me looked like I had a sword, you know. I was like a snake like being. But I don't see myself as a physical being. I don't know. For me, I don't see myself as I don't see the physical. I live in the physical life, but I don't see myself as a physical being. I see myself as an energetic being. You know, I'm more of an energetic type from another from the you know death, right? You know the reality of that world where death is. You know they call it death. That's where I'm from. I'm from there, and it's a completely different world there. The dragon part of me is there right now. I have the dragon part. I'm split in two right now. In this reality and in the other reality. I'm already split in two from one reality to another reality. You know, I have the dragon. There's a dragon, energetic dragon of me on another side, which people will think I'm fucking crazy, anyways. So yeah, that's how they look at me. So I rather. It's funny. I rather look crazy. You know, because it's funny. I have dragons in the sky following me. Because the dragon, I'm related to the dragons, which is weird about me. Because that's the animal part of me. The animal. Because as an energetic being, it's like I do have the animal side, and I do have this humanoid side at the same time. That's why I believe in nature. That's why I believe in nature. I believe in a lot about nature. You know, and I seen the people who it's funny. I seen the ones who killed me as a physical dragon, because I was a physical dragon in this reality. They used to have dragons on this planet, and I was killed, and I was used as a trophy, and now I understand how animals feel, being hunted down, being chopped while you're alive, being killed while you're alive. It's like that's how I see it. I could see that, how it is, and then I realized that I'm related to the dragons. You know, not all dragons. I realize that not all dragons are bad. Just the way they manipulated this world to make us look like we are bad, but we're not really that bad. We're actually the one that knows the magic. You know, we're the ones who gave you the magic. Actually, we are the ones who gave humanity the magic. That's what we did. But they abused us because we are magical in our own way. But it's like that's how I see myself. I see myself as a dragon on the other side. Size of a planet. It's like I see myself bigger than what I think. I don't see myself as a small little. I don't see myself as a compressed small little spirit. You know, I see myself big. I mean, way, way big, because I see more than one creation. I see multiple different creations. I see multiple different times, because time doesn't, to me, some people believe in time. I don't believe in time. Time is nothing but to me, time is like, time is slavery, you know? Yeah. Yeah, my energy is green. I have a green energy. Yeah, it's man-made. Yeah, I agree with you. So yeah, to me, I have a green energy aura. If you could see my energy, it's all green. You know. So, but I seen the dragon part of me on the other. I seen a glimpse of the dragon part of me on the other side. It's like the dragon part of me can. It's like this body. It's like the dragon part of me. I'm a roamer. I realize that I roam, and I'm always curious. I realize I'm a curious. I'm curious about everything, and I like to learn. And I realize I like to learn things that no one likes to learn. I like to learn things that these humans are against. I realize that now. I realize I like to learn things that humanity is against. Because it puts me in a different. It puts this body into a different perspective, and I like to hear everybody's different perspective. Some people I don't even like to listen to. There are people that I glance, and some part of me said, "No, don't listen to that person. Don't listen to that person. Don't listen to this one. Listen to that one. Listen to that one." And then that's how that's how I try to find my stories. I like to compare notes. With all these ascensions and all that stuff. I like to compare notes with all these different ascensions and different versions of what they think, what their reality is. Norma, it'll pop up. Norma Johnson, your last incarnation will just pop up in your mind. It depends on how you see it. For me, I got Norma. For example, when I see my past, I look through my imagination. That's how I see when I look at your imagination. Your imagination is how you can see, and people don't really believe. If you look through your imagination, then you really see who. Then you can really see. It takes you. It takes you to another world when you look. It's like they think crazy in this world. This insane world take imagination like it's insanity. You know. So yeah, that's why I look into the crazy people more. I look at the crazy people as the normal people. That's how I look at it. I look at crazy people as the normal people, and I look at the normal people as insane. They're the most insane people because they like to destroy this planet, and they think that's normal. You know, and then if you look at the insane person in their imagination, they are actually in a world. They're actually living in this world that they think they're crazy in, but they're not really that crazy. You know, they think they're yeah. Some people they think they're drugged up. But they're not. I mean, yeah, there are beings in there. There are beings that like to fuck with our mind. I'm going to tell you this, Norma. There are beings out there that will fuck with your mind. And they'll create this imagination. No, Trump's not a dragon. I don't see Trump as a dragon at all. He's not a dragon. I can tell you that. He's not Source. Trump's not Source. I know Trump. He's not. He's a soul. Trump's a soul. That's all he is. You think Trump's the answer? Do you believe? Well, yeah, Trump is part of the answer for this world. Trump. I have to agree with that. Trump is part of the answer, but he's still a Rothschild puppet. Trump is still a Rothschild puppet. I'm going to tell you that right now. Rothschild controls. You wonder how Trump got rich. You wonder how Trump has got rich because of the Rothschilds. Trump didn't just get rich. Trump didn't get all that money. Rothschild helped him. He's a Rothschild puppet. That's what Trump is. That's why I don't bother with politics. I don't bother with the politics anymore. Normally, you got to get rid of that political mind. If you stay with that political mind, if you believe in this fucking system, then you're stuck here. Then you will always be stuck here because you believe in this political system, in this currency, this way we are in this world. You got to get rid of it. You have to get rid of this currency mind. You have to get rid of the political mind. And you have to get rid of the religious mind too. You have to get rid of it. You have to become something else, Norma. You have to become something else other than this world. This world is so manipulated. It's so Luciferian in so many ways. The politics is Luciferian. The politics is Luciferian. It's a ritual. If you think about it, it's a ritual when you worship your leaders. Your leaders are like your preachers. That's what they are. They do exactly the same as a preacher. They tell you what's good and what's bad for you, what they're fighting for and how they're fighting. It's like, why do you need to fight for all this bullshit? I don't understand human beings on why they fight for stupid bullshit, especially when it comes to healthcare. When it comes to healthcare, human beings are the most ignorant. I'm going to tell you blunt out, straight. Human beings are ignorant when it comes to taking care of their own humankind. Because they rely on their politics, because they rely on their fucking politics. Because they can't take care of their own humankind. You know, if you don't see that, Norma, then you'll have a fucking problem. If you can't take care of your own humankind, period, then humanity has a problem. You know, over healthcare. Over healthcare. You guys fight over healthcare is really, you have to be the most ignorant person. Did you see that? I just saw a little spirit pass by me. You have to be the most ignorant person to believe in healthcare. Period. Left or right. I don't care what side you're on. You have to be the most ignorant fucking person who believes in healthcare. You know? It shows you how stupid humanity is, you know? If you can't take care of humanity, period, on this world, then the world's going to take care of you, Norma. That's the way it works. If you can't take care of humanity on this world, and if you can't take care of this planet is going to reject you. That's the way it's going to work, Norma. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you're Palladian. I don't care where you're from. It's going to reject your ass because I'm sick of these fucking beings destroying planets. I am sick of fucking beings destroying planets. You know, that's what I'm here for. I'm tired of you humans playing these fucking childish games on politics and leaders and bullshit. Your leaders are nothing but children who don't want to grow up. You know, all they care about is destroying this fucking planet. All they care about is raping the land, raping Gaia. You know, that's what they do. They rape Gaia, and they don't have a conscience about it because of their political beliefs. You know, that just triggered me. You know, it triggers me how much humanity, how much we became, how much I'm ashamed to be human. I'm going to tell you, Norma, I'm going to admit it. I'm ashamed to be human. You know, I'm ashamed that we human are this way, how we treat each other. You know, I'm ashamed. That's why it's like every day I want to escape. I've been wanting to escape this fucking. Treat us like prisoners. The corporations, you know, they have choices of what humans they want to work. You know, they have choice. You know, it's funny about corporations. They have choices of what humans they want and don't want. You know, they have choices of what humans. You know, they have choices of this human. You know, some humans don't. Some humans are completely useless in this world. Some humans can't even work. You know, so because of their disability, so they throw them out like trash. You know, and it shows you how ignorant we are in this fucking world. You know, I don't like Trump. I hate Trump. Normal. I'm going to be honest with you. I hate Trump. I don't like Trump. I like Bernie Sanders. I like Bernie Sanders. I don't know why. I like Bernie Sanders more than I like Trump. You know, even Bernie, you know, it's funny. Bernie Sanders is like Trump. He's not brainwashed. You know, Bernie Sanders is like Trump, and Bernie Sanders is not brainwashed. I could tell you that right now. You know, I like Bernie Sanders because he's more relaxed. Trump is more of a hard ass, snob, selfish. This is Trump. Trump is selfish, snob. He is nothing. There's nothing positive about Trump at all. You know. So I would not believe in Trump because he's nothing but a rich asshole snob that likes to get what he wants. You know, that's the perk of having Trump, you know, having a rich asshole that has everything. I mean, the guy had everything from the day he was born, you know? So yeah, I don't like Trump because he's a rich asshole. You know, and I found out he does mistreat people. He mistreat people that work hard. You know, they work hard and then turn around and they scam them out of a lot of money. That's what Trump does. He's a hard ass. That's what Trump is. Trump is a hard ass, and I can't say I don't agree. I mean, I agree with him with the alliance. You know, I do agree with the alliance using him. I do. The alliance is using him. You know, So yeah, Trump is not no angel. I can tell you that right now. Norma, Trump is not an angel. I can tell you that right now. He's not no dragon. He's not no angel. He's just a regular soul with all the power in the world. You know, that's all he is. You know, it's funny that the ones that I know that are here that has all these have all these powers. They're all like us. They're all like little people like us. You know, that's what they are. That's one thing you got to understand. Normal is it's the opposite. You know, you think in reverse. It's the little people that has all the power. You know, that are hidden. They're hit. There's some of us out there. That I'm not the only one. Normal. I'm not the only one. I'm going to tell you, Normal. I'm not the only one that's on this planet. There's others like me. There are others like me, and they don't live lavish lives like Trump does. You know, we all don't live lavish lives. The ones like me. Everybody expect a rich asshole to be the angel. Everybody expect the rich assholes to be an angel, which is really, I say fuck you on that part. You know, on the way you believe, the way you think. You know, I'm being honest. It's the opposite. It's not the perfect looking person. You know, that's one thing that people, these fucking Christians, they all believe it's the perfect person. You know, they want their angels to fly down and say, "Oh, save me, please, save me, please. Oh my God, so perfect," and all that bullshit. You know, it's pure bullshit. You know, it's aliens. These beings are perfect looking. And they're male, and some of them are male and female. Some of them are both male and female together. They're like me. They're kind of like me. They're angelic. You know, it's funny. The angels are transgender. You know, the angels are transgendered people. And these Christians, you know, they make fun of trans. When they see the angels, they don't have no dicks. You know, they look like a man and they have no dicks. You know. That's one thing about these fucking fucked up people, how they realize what their reality is. You know, it's funny how how you picture things in this reality, because you got to stop thinking that way. You got to start looking for what it is. Because it's funny, on the other side is not what you think. You know, the other side is not what you think. It's chaos. It's chaos on the other side. You know, contractors, like a soul contract, which is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. You know, a soul contract. You know, a soul contract is a ridiculous thing I ever heard. You know, who in the fuck made a soul contract? You know, I have to question the ones on the other side that created the soul contract to come here. Is life is death like a contract now? Is our right now our life is like a contract, and death is like a contract. So what the fuck? So you have to question, what the fuck is this reality? If you have contracts on both sides, you know. So yeah, it's funny. Your reality is not what your reality is. You think this is your reality, but it's not really. Yeah, it's funny. These people think watch their fantasy. It's funny about fantasies. Like, you watch it on TV, and you believe that's fantasy, but in real life, when you get off this planet, that fantasy on TV is going to come in real life. You know, there are benevolent beings out there. That wants to eat you. There are benevolent beings out there that wants to eat you. Because you're so nice and scrumptious and juicy, and we like to just pick every bone off of you. We'll just barbecue. Sometimes we like sushi. We like to make human sushi. But so you gotta think. You gotta prepare yourself. For all you human beings out there that's gonna go out there. When you go out there, You prepare yourself because this is not what you think it's going to be, you know? Because once you leave this boundary of this solar system, it's free for all for any being out there to get us, you know? Some of them like to hunt us. You know, some of them like to grass feed us. You know, we like to be grass fed. They like grass fed human beings. You know, so yeah, you got to see things as an animal too. You have to be the animal yourself. You know, become the animal, become nature. You know, so you have to be. It's like yeah, you know the positive. I mean yeah, the alliance. Yeah, the alliance. Yeah, the alliance. I can't wait for the alliance to expose everything. Normal. I can't wait for the alliance to expose everything. The real negatives that they don't want to show us. I'm waiting for that. That's going to be the biggest impact. You know. Yeah, Galactic Federation. I don't care. I don't care what. I don't care about all those anymore. You know, Lion. Yeah, the Alliance. Yeah, the Alliance are they going to explode? Galactic Federation is not going to do shit. Galactic Federation is not going to do nothing. I don't believe. I don't. Some part of me doesn't trust the Galactic Federation. You know, I don't know why. Part of me doesn't trust them because sometimes I have a feeling that they're part of this madness too. You know, because it's all everybody. It's funny. Everybody has an agenda. You know, every being out there has an agenda for us. Every single being, every being out there, they have something for us. Some of them wants to eat us. Some of them wants us to grow. That wants to that likes to make us have us grow and be something that we are. But you know, some of them want us as slaves. You know, so yeah, it's like every being has their different agenda. So we don't know what's going to turn out. You know, we have to wait till after the solar flare. After when the solar flare comes, that's when the separation happens. When I think the solar flare when the solar flare comes, that's when the separation will happen, and then the beings will in this 3D world, the negative people, the beings will have their agendas for them. They'll figure out what to do with them because they know exactly what they're doing. You know, that they're once this solar flare is done and over with, that's when the beings will come down and start collecting on the negative ones. They're gonna use them as slaves, you know, or they're gonna basically the negative ones will be used as slaves, will be edible meat and all that stuff, you know. And they'll think, and then the normal life is going to be normal. I mean, the 3D world, the negative ones will live their normal lives, but they won't notice the disappearance of them. You know, I don't know. I don't know. It depends. I don't know what the reality always changed. So to me, reality is never the same. So it can always change the reality. You know, depending on it's like there's always there's never the same reality for me. I noticed that for me right now. It's like there's always something different going on in this reality. Something is always off. Sometimes I feel a shift in this reality. You know? I feel like heat going by me right now. Yeah, there's a shift going on right now. There's a shift going on. It's gone like this. It's like passing me by. Now I'm all of a sudden in a different reality. You know? Yeah, there's always a shift going on. I don't. It's like it's weird. 11:11. Dang. Ugh. You know, it's funny. The normal people look will always. It's funny about normal people. They'll always gonna look at you like crazy because they're so used to this system. They're so used to living in their world, and they don't want to look outside the world, so they're stuck in this world. Like I'm stuck in this world. You know, I'm just a slave, just like any other slave on this world. Oh God. God damn it. I always say that. Oh God, oh God, oh God. I've been saying that for a long time. And I say, God damn it. I say fuck all the time because it goes against the system. That was cool. I just saw a little, yeah. I have spirits in my house. That was weird. So how are you guys doing today? 2 hours and 15 minutes. Shit, that's a long time. How's life? You know what's weird? I heard this. My coworker says, hard work is part of life. I say that's a sick fucking mind. Hard work is part of life. Fuck you. This shows you how. I heard my coworker said that. This hard work is part of life. So, and then I said, why? My mind says, why? Why do you think that way? And then I kind of then I talked to him about about the reptilians, and he says, oh, he doesn't want to go deep down to the he doesn't want to go deep down the rabbit hole. I say, yeah. I told him he doesn't. I try to see how far his mind go, and he won't. He won't. He cut himself off. He doesn't want to go way deep down the rabbit hole. And he's a Republican. I'm going to tell you, he's a Republican. This is the way he thinks, and he thinks like a Republican. It's funny how, and then the way he thinks is that he doesn't. The Republicans they don't like they don't want to go. They want everything to be positive in their fake reality. They like everything to be positive in their fake reality. Yeah, they want to play make believe in a reality that in this negative. They don't believe this reality is negative, so they want to play make believe and create this facade that say, yeah, this is positive, even though everybody's treated like slaves. This is how Republicans they think slavery. Republicans and Democrats they think slavery is positive. They think slavery and money is positive. It shows you the difference between my mind and their mind. My mind doesn't think that way. It's funny. I got rid of it. I got rid of it took me, I think 4 or 5 years ago, I got rid of political mind because I was more of a Democrat. I was more of a liberal. I'm going to tell you, Norma, I was more of a liberal. I supported I supported liberals, because of the LGBT. That's the reason why I supported them. Now I realize I don't have to be liberal and I don't have to be Republican. Because I listen to both sides. My parents are Republican. This is the reason why I became liberal because my parents are Republican. That's the reason why I became liberal because of my parents. Because I hated Republicans. I couldn't stand Republicans because they're so greedy. I couldn't. It's like I see greed written all over their fucking face. I see greed written all over their fucking face, and I see destruction. in everything that they do. Liberals, liberals are the same way. Liberals are the same way. The only thing different is that they like to destroy the planet altogether. They like to destroy the planet altogether. That's the liberals' way of doing things. Yeah, I was once a liberal because I couldn't stand my dad. When I had the political mind, I was once a liberal. Because yeah, yeah, labels do divide us. Yeah, I agree with you, David. That's why I kind of like I got rid of the political mind. I got rid of the I got rid of the Republicans, and I got rid of the liberal mindset. So now I call myself a utopian. I call myself a utopian. That's it. And I call myself an utopian, believe in free. And I believe in free. That's what I believe in. That's my way of looking at things. Free, everything should be for free. And until a Republican and a Democrat, they don't believe in the word free. They believe that you have to pay. They believe that you have to pay. That's a Republican and liberal mind. Because you have to pay. You have to pay the government. You have to pay the corporation. The government is a corporation. You're paying the corporation no matter what side you're on, left or right. You're still paying the corporation. That's why they call it corporate America. That's why America is called corporate America. It's not really a state. America's not really a state. It's just one big huge fucking plant. Like I said, America's one big huge plantation full of slaves. I don't believe in taxes. Yeah, I don't believe in taxes. It's funny, when I was a liberal, I didn't believe in taxes either. As a liberal, I didn't believe in taxes. I think we should not be taxed. I think that's why I call everybody's a mob. You live in a mob, you have a mob culture. That's why I call billing companies are the mobs. What's the difference between a mob and a billing company? Because they're exactly the same. They all like to collect. It's funny how you fucking people twist it. How you fucking people twist everything. That you guys collect on people's fear. Period. That's what this world does. It collects on people's fear, and it produces. And the only way there's negative beings. I'm going to tell you, there are negative beings that feed off your fear energy. Your energy when you're stressed out, when you're depressed, when you're angry, it feeds off of that. So yeah, that's what you created. That's what billings. The people bill people. Tax people, creating debt. That's what they feed off on you. That's what these beings, these energetic beings do. They feed off on everything about you, about this reality. And it's funny about the political mind and the money mindset is that's how they feed off on your energy. Yeah, exactly. It's fear. If the whole world is based on fear, I'm gonna be blunt with you. Your whole world is based on fear, and that's the way it works. They want you. It's funny about this world. They want you angry. That's the one. They want you. They want you divided. That's why they got a political system. That's why they have religion. That's why they have politics, religion, and money. It's all about divide and conquer. And then your countries are divided. That's why you have borders, because you're divided. That's divide and conquer. Your language is divided. You're divided on your fucking beliefs. You're divided on your fucking on your traditions. You're divided on your fucking traditions. You're divided by But by everything about this world is divided. Every single thing, I don't care what it is, every single minute little thing on this world is divided. Even on the other side. The other side's divided. You know? They don't want you to go home on the other side. They want you to loop around. They want to keep you in this endless loop of torture so they can feed off you in these bodies, you know? It's funny about the reality that these people think, the way the people think, you know? You got to understand, divide and conquer doesn't mean politics. It doesn't mean, divide and conquer means it comes down to greed. In a greedy culture, you're divided and conquer because you have classism. Classism, you're you're divided, you know? Yeah. Yeah. So it comes down. That's why this whole system is a Luciferian system divides every single thing. Every human being here is owned. Every single human being is owned by some off-worlder. I'm going to tell you that an off-worlder owns human beings. You believe that you're free, but you're not. You're owned. You're bought and paid for in this world. Human beings don't believe that. Human beings who believe they're free, they're not. You're bought and paid for. They bought you. They stole your planet. They stole this planet. They invaded this planet. They came here. They destroyed. They came here. They manipulated our genetics. Unless we're manipulated already. I mean, unless they created us, either that they created us to destroy this planet and suck the life out of this planet because we're like at a war. There's a war out there, and we're part of this kind of war. And I think the way we are, they call us consumers. We're purposely destroying this planet. We are purposely destroying this planet because that's why they call us consumers, because we're part of this war. I don't know, the war against reptilians, against the humanoids, humanoids against the reptilians. There's some kind of war going on, and we're part of it, And I don't want to be part of this war, whatever this war is, because I found another person. Yeah, I found this another person said that the Orions, somebody in the Orions own us, because they have royalty in the Orions. So the royalty here is a direct descendant from the Orions, somewhere in the Orion's belt, Orion's cluster, and they're the one who we're used. They decide to pick us to be an experiment. So they decide this planet never was masculine. I can tell you right now, this planet was never a masculine planet. It used to be very in between, indigenous. Yeah, they were both male and female. It used to be androgynous. This was an androgynous planet before humanity came, before humanity invaded this world. It was so androgynous that they got rid of the feminine and they put the masculine into this planet. I don't know where that came. It's like these are just little stories that I picked up, that I kind of like looked at. It's like, yeah, this planet was never masculine. It was androgynous. It always been. This planet was so androgynous. Gaia was feminine. I mean, Gaia, yeah, she was feminine, but she created androgynous type humanoids before the masculine came in. Somehow the masculine kind of like took took over this planet. I'm sorry to say that, but I can't say all masculine people are bad. I mean, masculine people can be great for defending this planet. Becoming the warriors, defending the planet. But they could still coexist with the planet too. But originally, yeah, the original people on this planet was androgynous. It goes way farther back. I think it goes about a billion years before humanity even existed here. So that's how I look. I see things. I don't see things as thousands anymore. I don't look at to a religious nutbag. They look at 3,000 to 10,000, 3,000 to 5,000 years to a religious nutbag. And then you got Chinese, they're like 3,000, they're like 10, 15,000 years. That's how far they go. For me, I see things as 100,000 to a billion years, maybe longer than that, maybe 20, 30 billion years, maybe. And then sometimes the universe is in the quadrillions. I mean, quad it's a long it's really older than that. Life, it's funny, life has been here for quadrillions of years. Quads, trillions. It doesn't matter. Life always been here, but it didn't have to be. It wasn't human. It wasn't a human life. It was never a human life. There's all different types of lives out there. There's many types of different lives out there that are way older than humanity. Humanity is just like little children compared to them. Humanity are nothing but children that likes to fight and doesn't want to grow up. That they all like to play games. Children likes to play mind games in this world. Only a child will like to play mind games and make slaves out of people. It's funny for me. It's weird because I go way back. I can remember this. I can remember seeing only matter and antimatter. I see matter and antimatter, and I'm watching. There's nothing around me. Nothing exists around me. Not even life itself. Only thing that exists was me. Nothing else exists. Only thing that exists is me, and I'm watching this place. I'm in this place. It was complete darkness. Complete darkness. And I'm watching matter like I said, I watched matter compress, and it created light. Matter created light in the darkness. Because in the beginning it was always dark. To me, I always felt like in the beginning it was like blank. It was a blank slate, no stars, nothing, and that's all I see is darkness. And then I watched matter compress, and it created the light. It created the suns. It created the planets. Matter created everything. Matter is the creation of everything. It's a living matter. I mean, it's living in its own way. Like everywhere, everything. When you breathe, you're always breathing in matter, antimatter. It doesn't matter. That's how far That's how far I went back. I went way further back, into where nothingness, to the nothingness itself, where there's no beliefs or nothing and no thoughts, no creation. I watch the beginning, because for me it's like, yeah, I go through time. I go back, and some part of me goes back in time. Uh-oh. Yeah. Wait a minute. Okay. I got a job. Yeah. Where was I? it's like I always believe, everything is created from matter and antimatter. It's like that's how far I gotten. That's how far I pushed my mind how far I pushed myself in my own way. It's like, yeah, I can imagine the beginning. To me, the beginning, it's like it's beyond. I look beyond quadrillions of years. I think I went all the way further back where there was nothing. It was just blank to me. It was just I was just there. There was no mind control. There was nothing. It was just me and matter together. That's it. Yeah, I know. I agree with you on that, David. So yeah, I kind of like I took my mind to a different place. I took my conscience to a different place. I'm gonna tell you. And somehow I came back from this place, and now I don't. It's like I don't think like anybody else think like anymore. And then because in this place there was no contracts where I was at. There was no contracts. There was no soul contracts. There was nothing that related to contracts. You know, there was no gods. Where I was at, there was no gods. There was no nothing. You know, and gods are aliens. Your gods that you guys believe they're nothing but beings from another world, and you guys worship them. That's basically what they are. There's no such thing as a god. You know. Like that's funny, Alona. Yeah, it's like yeah, I don't know. I went somewhere. I don't know, David. I went somewhere. I took my conscience. I don't know if I did take my conscience, but I took my conscience. The dragon part of me went back further beyond this bullshit. Before there was nothing. There was no beings. There was no life. Period. I went further beyond where there's no life at all. It was just a blank. I was just floating into blank nothingness. But I saw a wave. I was floating on a wave of matter, of black matter. I was floating on a wave of black matter as a spirit dragon, And I just and I just kept on looking at this thing, this fucking like a volcano, of light, compressed matter forming into the light. And all I did is kept looking at it, staring at it. And there's one thing about this place that I was in, it enjoyed it didn't like me, it didn't like to be alone, you know. It didn't like to be alone, so it was kind of glad I was there watching it. I couldn't call it. I don't know what to call it. It was a life form, and it was a life form, but it was the beginning of this life form that I saw. But it's not. But it's not. It doesn't have a physical form. It's a matter to me. Matter and antimatter to me is a life form. It's a different type of life form. You know. So that's how I look at it. And then this reality is all related to the place that I was. This reality. But they can call me fucking crazy. I don't care if they call me fucking crazy. They can call me fucking crazy. They can call me anything. They could tell me I need to go see therapy, but it's like it's always on my mind. This thing that's way older is older. it's beyond quadrillions. I could tell you that it's beyond quadrillions. This thing, what I know, it's like I'm friends with it, and somehow it created a source field for me. This I think this thing created a source field for me, so I have access to source field. You know, from this the thing from like I have access to source field. It's a completely different there's multiple different source fields out there. I realize there's a multiple different source fields out there. You know, mine is kind of like, that's why I'm very picky on who I pick, because this energy doesn't based on it's not based on stones. I found out the energy that I know compared to the energy that the JSX group has, that they're all based on stones, but they have energy. They are energetic people. You know, my energy is based on matter and antimatter. You know, so basically you don't need stone because everything around you is energy. You have constant energy all around you, so you don't have to rely on a stone. You know, that's one thing they don't understand. That energy is constant. Energy is, you have unlimited energy everywhere, and then you got these fucking vampire energies, which they designed these vampire-like energy type beings that suck energy, and they don't realize that energy is constant all around them. They don't have to feed off other people on energy, yeah, because that's what they do. They come down, they go on. Basically, they come down to Earth, they come down to this planet, and they come out and harvest their energy from human beings. These vampire like energy type beings, you know, they come down there and they harvest from human beings, you know. So yeah, and then I'm trying to wait. You know, only way these energies can switch, if they want to switch their energy, they have to come see me. That's the way it works now. You know, if they want to switch their energy, they have to come see me, because I'm the one who can put balance back into their system and their energy. You know, that's the way I work. But I do it for free. That's like I said, I do it for free, but I don't do it. I don't do it to any. I only do it to the positive ones. My thing is I only take in positive people. I don't take in negative people, because they will abuse it. You know, I don't like abusers, because for me personally, I've been abused. You know, I've been abused in most of my life. So why should I give it to an abuser? You know. So yeah, the ones I give it away is that they're not they've been abused. The ones I give it away are the ones who have been abused, and I know they're very responsible. You know, they can control themselves. They got to learn how to control themselves when they use it. Because one thing about there's a fail safe thing that I put on to them. You know, if they become over 51% negative. If they become 51% negative, the abilities will shut off on them. You know, that's the way it works now. Because I don't want anybody. If I give you the power, then why should why should you abuse it? You know. Because we have 90. It's like there's 95%. 95% on the 95% of these people are all abuse. They've been abused, and then in turn around they're abusing back. You know. So basically, they haven't learned anything on this world. They hadn't learned to take responsibility on this world. You know. They haven't faced themselves. They need to face themselves. You know, it's weird about it. It's weird. I went on David Wilcott's Facebook, and I told him, hey, I have access to source field. You know, and none of these people wouldn't. Some of these people wouldn't believe me, anyways. I mean, most of these people would not believe me that I have access to source field. You know, in my own way. In my own connection. I have connection to something that I don't understand. I'm still trying to learn this connection, you know? I have Ilona. Ilona is kind of like helping me in her own way. Well, that's why I like Ilona, because she's not normal. I like Ilona because she's not normal, and that's how I connect. The normal ones I can't connect to. I can't connect to these so-called normal people who are part of the system. I can't connect to with them because I did give it away. I mean, I did experiments on people. I did some experiments on people. I did it on a troll, and I found out this troll was attacking me with my own abilities. You know, this this troll was attacking me, and I felt his abilities, and he was attacking me. It was actually, the person I gave to, the abilities to, the one who I gave abilities to, is the ones who that I always say all the time. Yeah, my house is nothing but an energy. Yeah, I have a lot of this house is full. This house is this There's an energy field around my whole house. I put an energy field around my whole house. So any beings that comes into my house, they get cleaned, you know? They're not negative energy. They get cleaned out when they come in here. That's the way it works, you know? There are some energy beings. There's some energy being. There are beings in here that comes in here and they push down. I was sleeping one time, and somebody was pushing down on my head. You know. Oh yeah, I am very comfortable here. I like it. You know. It's funny. In my other when I lived in my trailer. I had these two beings that were whispering. They were using their voices. You know. Yeah, I had one this, when I was with Sunday Funday Group, right? I was with Sunday Funday Group. I went to bed, and this one voice in my head said, "Who Tommy?" While I was laying in bed, I heard a clear "Who Tommy" voice. It sounded like this. It was like a little screechy voice, "Who Tommy?" Like that. It was like, "Who Tommy?" Like that. And it didn't scare me. They don't scare me. I'm not. I'm not worried. I'm not scared. You know, it's like these. There are benevolent spirits out there. There are benevolent. I don't know. There are spirits out there they'll hurt you on purpose. You know, there are spirits out there that they will hurt you on purpose. You know, it's like negative. People on this planet. The reason why this planet is so negative that they attract all the negative entities in this reality. They attract them. It's like they open the door. There's a doorway that these people don't realize that they opened. It's like that we opened our negative our one conscience. The way we're manipulated. They manipulated our conscience, the whole humanity. They manipulated the whole humanity conscience to bring in this big huge doorway of darkness. So yeah, that's the way it works. So they keep us in the dark. That's how it works. That's why you have all these negative entities all around you. That's why you have. That's why they attack you. It's like they bring in the negative entities. That's the way it works. But I don't know. In my house, all the negative entities will have to go through this house, go through the energy first before they come see me, and then they're cleaned out. Huh. I can clean your house from here. I found out there's no such thing as distance from here, Freedom. I found out there's no such. I can clean your house from here if it works. Right now, I don't know if it works or don't work. So I could try from here if you want. Are you at your house right now, Freedom? Are you at your house? Okay. I'm gonna clean out your house, see if it works. Just let me know if you feel anything in your house, any difference. The atmosphere is gonna be different. It's gonna be positive, I think. I'll try, see what happens. Do you feel anything different in your house? Do you feel the atmosphere different? Yeah, just put confirmation if you feel if it's real. Tell me if it's real or not. Just let me say yes, it's real. No, it's not real. You know, that's all I want to know. I'm telling this thing to get out of your house. You can come over here. I'll tell you this thing to come over here. How's your house feel now, Freedom? Uh, yeah, I could change the atmosphere. I'll just change the atmosphere in your house, and I'm making it more positive. Make it more like a warm feeling. You know, like you're glad to be home. You know, I'm making your house feel like you're welcome. You know, welcome you at home. Dang, I feel something over there. I feel something really positive. My energy just went off. Went off the. My energy just went off. Yeah, there's an orb. There's like a gold orb. I don't know if I'm seeing it right though. Yeah, there's something in there that's really. Unless you're very positive, aren't you, Freedom? Yeah, see like a like a light kind of orb in the dark, and there's a lady there, some kind of lady. I can't get a description of her though. I feel like there's a lady there. I see a lady. I can't. She won't show me herself. No, it's positive. This thing is positive. But I gave her a little energy. I gave her a little boost in her energy. She's friendly. She's okay. She's watching out for you, I think. Yeah, I feel a strong positive presence there too in your house. Very strong positive. She's watching out for you, which is good. Which is good. She's watching out for you, and you're lucky you have somebody that's really. You're lucky, truth, freedom. You're lucky you have somebody that's actually watching out for you. It's a positive thing. But I just, your house is clean. I kind of like cleaned your house out. Yeah, I clean. Your house is clean. I could tell you that right now. Your house is clean. So it's more. Your house is welcoming. Your house is more welcoming now. She likes it. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, it's a lot. This things I'm still learning. There's a lot of things I'm still learning about myself. I'm gonna be honest. I'm still learning a lot of things about myself, and I'm not really. You know. Yeah, light some. Yeah, do do what Dave said. Light some candles up sometimes. Yeah, you know what's funny about that, Florida? I would boost you up. I would boost you up. I'll have to do one-on-one on Skype with you because I don't want to do it here online anymore. I don't want to do it in public. You know, because I know you're a genuine person. You know, I realize you are a genuine person because if you have somebody like that, somebody positive near you, that means you are genuine. You know. I think I have right now. I have 9 people in my group. Like 9. Yeah, I have 9. That includes David. David's part of it. I got Lars. Oh yeah, I forgot to say Lars. He's part of my group. I boosted him. I'm sorry. I apologize. Not saying putting you part of the group, Lars. So I'll let everybody know that Lars is part of the group. And there's another David that I have 2 Davids. I have one David. He's pretty cool. He gave me a slot post calendar, which is really nice of him. I want to say thank you, David. You know, he's a really good friend. He, he's really he's actually pretty smart. He's a clock. I got a clockmaker as a friend. You know, I have a guy who's a clockmaker, which is really interesting. You know, I have a nurse. I have a nurse, which is she's really. I know she's very caring. You know, and she sees my perspective. I have people that are like working people. That most of them are working people. Some of them are slightly in an institution. Some of them are in institutions, and some of them are, you know. I don't choose the. It's weird. I choose the hardworking people that are they slave themselves because for these greedy ass rich motherfuckers. You know, that's the ones I choose over the greedy motherfuckers. You know, I don't choose the greedy motherfuckers. You know, that's the way I work. I choose the ones who slaves themselves, who lives in this torture, you know, that who realize that they are living in this torture. They woke up and they see that this is a living torture. So that's the ones I choose versus the ones who think versus the ones who believe. You know, it's like I just don't do. And plus, when I do it, I don't do it for money. You know, I just do it because I know I feel like it's right. Because Florida I would choose Florida. I would boost Florida up. It would be the next one, actually. You know, that would be 10. I think that would be 10 people in my group. I keep track of the numbers. Yeah, it's funny. I choose the hardworking people over the greedy ass rich people. Because they're the ones who are it's funny. Hard workers sacrifice their time. When you're born on this planet, it's your time. It's your time, your experience. Your time, your experience, and then all of a sudden, you go to school, and then they manipulate you to believe that you have to have a job, and they think that's part of life, but that's not. And then when you have a job, that's not your time. I'm going to tell you, when you work in the job, that's not your time. That's their time. That's the greedy ass. That's the elites' time. It's the elites above us that is making use of your time. So they manipulated of using your time for their experience. Isn't that kind of funny? How we're so manipulated to use our time. So we sacrificed our time for these for these greedy ass fuckers to destroy our planet. We sacrifice our time. You know, until we die. It's like, and then when you die, it's funny. Only a sick fuck will make you pay $5,000 for a coffin. Only a sick fucker who will profit off death. You have to be a sick fucker to profit off death. To create a $5,000, $25,000 coffin. Just to die. And I'd say fuck your coffins. Throw me in a big. This way I want to die. Burn my body. Put my ashes in a big golf cup. The 7-Eleven big golf cups. Take my ashes and throw me out with nature, because that's what I like. I don't want to be remembered. I live and I die. That's it. And then I come back again and I live and I die. Come back again. I live and I die. Come back again. I don't. Yeah. They milk you when you're dead. It shows you how sick these these fuckers are here. And then the graveyards. They're so offended because, graveyards. You need to get rid of your graveyards. And then they call me evil if I say we need to get rid of graveyards. They take up too much of the land. So you should just take the bodies and then throw them out in nature so the bodies can fucking be fertilized. Our bodies are fertilizer. That's what our body is. Our body is a fertilizer for this planet. That's what it is. It fertilized the planet. Yeah, death is a business to these sick fucks on this fucking planet. These sick fucks, death is nothing but a business. Elon is right. It's funny. I agree with the tall white alien. I agree with the tall white alien about how to dispose our bodies. It's a gross way, but it's like, yeah, they disposed it. That's their culture. It's funny, but humanity is going to have a hard time accepting some of these alien cultures because they completely do things differently, and they'll think it's pretty sick to see that. But I can understand that now. It's like I understand what the tall white aliens are doing. It's like, yeah, that's their culture. They've been doing this for a long time, so you can't you can't change their culture. You can't change who they are. So yeah, I agree with I agree with it's like I saw that, and it's like, yeah, because I've seen some. It's similar to everywhere we go. It's like, yeah, we're just in a vessel. I'm in my vessel. I'm in my vessel. This is my vessel right here. Yeah, it's like shit. You know, they call it sick. It's funny that how this world, it's funny, this planet always been sick. I mean, there was a lot of gross shit happening on this planet before humanity came, you know? Bodies were all over the place, you know, bodies were all over the place. People are killing each other. You know what I mean? There was constant killing on this planet. And it basically it maintained the population. That's the reason why they did a lot of killing, because it maintained the population on the planet. But is sooner or later you die, you always come back into another body anyways. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how they dispose the body, you know. It's funny that they can't use the body as compost. You know, you have to use the body as a compost when the body just look at me talking about bodies. You know, it's like how it's funny when the dog gets run over. You know, when the dog get run over on the fucking road, the body disintegrates. And I watch the animal disintegrate every time I drive on the road. I see the same animal and I see it disintegrate. It's like, why didn't they put it on the grass? Let it disintegrate on the grass, you know. And then the grass all of a sudden it gets rejuvenated because of the body. The body rejuvenates the ground. Yeah, the body. Yeah, yeah, I agree. The body kind of like rejuvenates the ground. It kind of like that's what it does. I mean, it sounds sick, but that's what it does. You know, it's so fucking fucked up how these human beings are, that they don't realize that they are their own compost on this reality in this world. They are their own body is nothing but a compost. You know, I wouldn't say go out there and go kill all the human beings, but it's like, yeah, just saying when the human beings die, just put their body on the ground and let it compost with the ground, be part of the planet. Yeah, you're giving back. Exactly. Your body, you're giving back to the animals. Your body, you're giving back to the animals, you're giving back to the insects, you're giving back to nature. That's what you know why the natives that why the natives they have they're hanging off that's why they're high off the ground. Why the bodies are high off the ground so nature can they're feeding nature. They're giving it to the birds. You know, they're giving their bodies to nature. That's why the natives they don't have underground graves like these nutbags have. These fucking religious nutbags have, you know. They have the bodies are high off the ground, and that's why they call it a sacred site, because they like nature to feed off your body. So actually, you're giving you're giving back to nature. You're actually giving back to nature. You're giving your body back to Gaia. Basically, that's what you're doing. You're giving back to Gaia. You know. That's why I don't think like these fucking people. You know, these fucking people, these fucking nutbags. I call them nutbags now. The normal people are the crazy ones. Yeah, but you keep a body in a coffin, which is really stupid. I think it's stupid to keep the body in a coffin. At least not have a coffin. You can bury the body, but not have a coffin, and get rid of the fucking cement. You know, the cement does not help nature. You know, so why? So I don't get it. Why do you want to be remembered? You know, why would you want to remember yourself? That's the one thing I don't get about these fucking people. You know, you're born and then you die. Then you're born again and then you die. Then you're born again, then you die. So why would you want to remember yourself? Because you already know yourself. You're many selves. You're multiple of different selves. You know, so it's like how it's like you're many different names. You have many names. You don't have one name because your parents gave you each parents that you had different names. Yeah. It's like I don't get that shit. For me it's kind of weird. For me it's kind of strange. It's like I don't get human beings why they have to remember it because they have more than one names. One life you had a different name, another life you had a different name. It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah. Why? Why? It's it's funny how humanity think how they manipulated us to think that we have one name. Okay, my last, you want to. It's like you're George Johnson, born in 1843. Yeah, and I hold two guns. Damn it, and I killed 20, 30 people. I'm gonna go along in history. Damn it, you know history. History is funny. Yeah, it's good. It's not, I think there's nothing wrong to record history. I think there's nothing wrong to record history, but I think it's wrong to have graves. You know. Oh, right now people think I'm the devil now. Oh, you're the devil. Hey, guess what? I'm the devil. Damn it, I'm the devil. You don't want graves? Holy shit! You don't want to be remembered? Holy crap! Yeah, I like the big, huge, massive grave sites I seen in here in South Carolina. I see this grave site. This guy looked like he had an acre of land with this big, huge fucking grave. And it's funny. I see obelisk. Don't you notice that all these graveyards have obelisk? Don't you notice that they have big, huge obelisks? I say, I wonder what this guy was. Why does he have an Egyptian obelisk on his grave? I see that a lot. Alabama has an obelisk. There's a place in Alabama. There's a big, huge Egyptian obelisk there. You know, I think it's oh yeah. See, I passed by a couple of times. It's right next to a river. There's a big, huge obelisk, Egyptian obelisk in Alabama. I say, what the fuck do they have that for? You know, they love obelisk here. They love their. It's like Washington D.C. has an obelisk. It's pretty obvious that it's all Freemasonry. Masonic. If you have obelisks, I guess these people that died in their grave used to be Masons. You know. Yeah, exactly. It does represent the penis. And it's funny. It's funny that the structures of the capitals is representing sex. You have sex in the capitals. They represent sex. It's weird, especially here in America. We like to represent sex. You can see that in our capitol buildings. One big huge penis. Yeah, yeah. It's like it's weird. It's like we're representing sex. We're representing sex. These capitalist leaderships are representing sexualism, and they don't realize that these so-called political people don't even wonder about that. And then yeah, it's funny. I found out that the judges, the way they're and the people who graduate, they're all representing Saturn. The judges dress up like in a ritual where they represent Saturn. You know, because they dress up. Look at how the judge dresses. How they dress up. They're all dressed up like in a ritual. You know. Yeah, they represent Saturn, just like the Muslims. They represent the moon. The Muslims represent the moon. The Christians represent the sun. The Jewish people, they represent the sun. You notice that they all represent sex. Because it's funny about America. We're all about sex in America. We like sex. That's what America represents is sex. We like to have fucking. We like to fuck so much in America. Yeah, the square caps. all represent Saturn. They don't. It's funny. It's all, this whole world is based on the solar system. The old religions are all based on the solar system, based on the rotation of the planet. All religion is based on the rotation of the planet. You know, that's why they have the 13. That's why they have they have the 13 or the 12 months, the 12 zodiacs. The 12 zodiacs, you know, that they all represent. I look at each zodiac is representation of each beings from another planet. You know, that's how I look at it, because they all lead you to another galactic system, to these different beings. That's what that's how I look at it. Of all these zodiacs, you know, I look at the zodiacs as a mapping to different beings from another world. That's how I look at it. I look at the zodiac mapping of different beings from other worlds that are related to here, that are controlling us. The 13th family, you know, the 13th family that controls this planet, that controls us, you know? Because I think the 13th family represent each part of the galaxy. It's like they're the descendants of each part of the galaxy. That's what the 13 families represent, you know? They're all by blood. If you notice the 13 family, they're all inbreds. They have to keep their blood, because they have to keep their blood pure. That's the way they work. That's like royalty. That's royalty, you know. The queen. They're all inbreds. They have to keep. They can't taint their blood. They have to be pure blood. And it's funny. They're part of they're one of the controllers of the world. Royalty. And you got the Vatican. You know, they're by blood. They're reptilian-like. Oh, I just saw something move. I see a lot of things moving right now. Out the corner of my eyes, I've been seeing a lot of things moving. Yeah, copper base. That's why. Yeah, copper is more valuable than gold. Yeah, I heard it, because that's a reptilian way. Reptilians believing that copper is more valuable than gold. There's something about copper. It does things, you know. I understand the reptilians' value system on copper now, you know. So copper, if you have copper, yeah, they love copper. Copper it does a lot of things. It's funny, the reptilians got copper, humanity's got gold, you know, and some other people have, some other beings, they have different version of what value is of what how they see things, you know. Yeah, copper is the most valuable on this world, because it used to be a reptilian world. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Yeah. It's strange, you know, how they use metals. You know, metals is a big thing, you know. Us is iron. Our body, we take iron. You notice that? We have iron for our bodies. We have to put some iron in us. The reptilians are copper and gold base kind of bodies. You know, they use gold as a gold does something to your body. Yeah, we are filled with. I agree with you on that one. Gold. I know gold does something to our bodies. It does change our something. It does change something in our bodies if we take gold. You know. if we turn gold into a white liquid, I heard about the white liquid gold. I heard it does something to you. It does change you a little bit. Asparagus. I like that one. Yeah, monatomic gold does change something too. It's a white. They drink it a lot. The ones who are the ones who collect the gold. I figure the ones who are collecting the gold, they turn the gold into a white powder, and they drink it like an elixir. An elixir to either make them new. It's like to me. I think gold is like it's to make you more like gives you a longer life. It's supposed to give you a longer life. What I know. Coffee. It gives you longer life. I like to drink it. I like to find something that's close to the real pure stuff. I like to drink the real monatomic gold. What these beans, these beans that makes it really pure. I want to drink it. I want to see what it tastes like. I mean, I don't want to taste it. Let's see what kind of effects it will have onto me. Oh man, I ain't even eaten dinner yet. Storage. Oh man. Yep. I was order a pizza or something. What else? Dang, 3 hours and 21 minutes. Damn it! I haven't broke my record. My record was 9 hours and 59 minutes. Yeah, my record was 9 hours and 59 minutes of talking. Dang. Yeah, I talked for 9 hours straight. It tells you how much stress I was in. That's how much stress I was in. I mean, that's what I brought all. I brought it all out. 9 hours and 29 minutes of nonstop talking. I'm surprised I could talk 3 hours. I talk. It's funny. I talk 2-3 hours at a time. Yeah. Oh man. Let's see. So I got Lona, Dave, and Truth Florida here. Yeah, no, I need a good chat. Good to talk. It's good to talk to you, Freedom, or Florida. It's good to talk to you and David and Lona. Yeah, the solar flare. I'm just letting everybody know. Just the solar flare. Your mind's gonna be fucked. You're gonna face yourself. You guys gonna face yourself on the solar flare. You're gonna face your. That's what's going on with me. I'm kind of like I've been feeling depressed a lot lately. I'm sorry, because I could feel the effect on me. I feel this big huge energy boost. What the fuck? Somebody's giving me an energy boost. I see something in front of my eyes. It just went up like this on this side. That was weird. I felt that one, and I see it. It's like I saw like a white little smoky little smoky. Oh, weird! I saw that again. Isn't that weird? I'm. One thing I don't. I'm trying to figure out how to channel. You know, I'm trying. I'm still figuring out how to do it right. You know. Thank you. Thank you, David. Oh, we. Who's we? Thank you. Thank you, all of you. I see we. Also, is it all the tall white? You know what's funny about that? I know these tall whites in another different part of the. They're not like you. They're like tall grays. I think they're the ones who's been keeping track of me because I had these tall grays. They've been they. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I have these tall grays that are really cool that I know. They're watching me. They're not like the. They're not like they're the friendly ones. They're the friendly version of the tall grays. They didn't want me to. They don't. They didn't want me to see them at first. I thought, they kind of like they're. I think they were curious about me, wondering why do I act the way I act. They're just curious on. Like I said, I told them I was different. You know. Okay, Truth. Have a great day. Have a great day, Truth. Have fun. I would say it. Have fun. Have fun on your day too. Yeah, I have these. Yeah, I have these tall grays. They've been eyeing on me, and then I have other spirit. I think I have not. It's not only tall grays. I think there are other beings that are keeping an eye on me because I noticed the triangle ships. I noticed that these triangle ships are following me. These these pyramidic like ships are following me. It's like I noticed they're curious about why am I. I think they're why am I. Well, I think why how I am. How do I be? How why are you this way? I think they know. I think most of the beings out there notice me. I think they know I'm a positive type human being. They know I'm a positive type human being compared to all the other human beings. I'm not I'm not like all the other. I don't like to be like all the other human beings. That's one thing that's weird about me is like I don't want to be like the human beings in this 3D world. Just I see a bigger picture somehow. Somehow I see a bigger picture in this thing. A way huge bigger picture than everything that I see, you know? And it's like I'm not a channeler. I know now I know I'm not a channeler. I'm a feeler. I feel. Yeah, I'm a realistic type human beings that like to face everything for what it is. And that's why I can't. That's why it's weird about me. I can't go. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to go towards the light workers. You know. I like to go towards their direction, but I don't want to go towards their certain direction. I like the rainbow body. which I like to have, which that takes me up somewhere different. But I have a fucking blue orb around the planet that's been communicating me, and he's up a higher it's up a higher density. I mean, this thing according to Corey Good, this is a ninth density sphere being that's around our planet. This blue orb thing, this big huge blue thing is a ninth density sphere being, and it's fucking communicating with me. It's like I know it, so somehow I think I'm related to it, in a strange way. That I feel like that I'm related to this thing, to this big huge orb around the planet. That's sending me all these images on the clouds. Because it's funny. When you look through the clouds, you have to have an artist. You have to have the artist's eye. I call it the artist's eye. Sorry, I call it the artist's eye because the only way you can see through the clouds, you got to see the details. When you're an artist, you look at the details and everything, So that's how I kind of I take photographs. I take pictures and photographs of these clouds, and I see that, and I can see them. Sometimes they're clear as day, and sometimes they're fuzzy, and sometimes they're like child. They give you like child. They give you like a child painting in the cloud, which is weird. They give you a child. The cloud is like a canvas to this big blue being. The cloud is like a big, huge canvas, and it just paints whatever in front of me. It just like it communicates with me a lot, which is we don't have to talk physically, but it's like its form of communication is the clouds itself, So I have a relationship with this big blue. I call it the big blue. That's what it is. I call it Big Blue because that's what I don't want to give him a name or it a name. It doesn't have a physical. It's not physically a male or a female, so I call it Big Blue. And it's like and it showed me the rainbow. Big Blue showed me this rainbow cloud, and it's like, okay, so you're telling me something that I'm going to be some kind of rainbow type being, I think. I'm guessing, but I'm not right. I don't know if I am right about it. It's like, but I've seen a lot of rainbow clouds hanging around me, which is weird. A lot of rainbow clouds. I mean, I've been seeing rainbow clouds are starting to form in front of me, It's like I happen to look up at the right time, and then I see this rainbow cloud, which is weird, Usually rainbows is a sign of change. When you see a rainbow cloud, sometimes it's a sign of notice that there's a sign of a change going on as we speak. The DNA, your DNA is being changed. Humanity's DNA is being changed. The positive ones are they're the ones who actually see right through everything. The 300,000 that I know, their DNA is being changed. So that's one thing I know about what the sun can do. The sun can change your DNA, and you become something else. Higher. You become like the beings. You become like the beings that are in a higher density. Because I'm curious about their world. It's just for me, it's kind of weird. I'm curious how the world works, and how I like to know how the world works on up in the higher density. I like to know how they work. So that's my curiosity of wanting to go there. Yeah, I am drawn to them. Like rainbow clouds, or either that they're drawn to me because I seen a dragon with a rainbow cloud, a rainbow dragon. I saw a rainbow dragon, which is weird. which is, I think, is unusual, because I think, no, I think, to be honest, I think no other dragon has become that, became a rainbow part dragon. I think no other dragon source type being has become up, has been in a higher density. I think no other source being has been in a higher density. You know, that's why it'd be kind of rare to have a source being for to go up a higher density. You know, so which is kind of like, it's kind of like, to me, it's like an honor. Just to go to be in this higher density. For in my perspective, because I realize that all sources have egos. All sources, they do have egos. I'm gonna be honest and blunt, and they have a they have a territorial dispute. They're all territorial, like the animals. The sources does. You know. So yeah, for me, it's kind of like, it would be kind of like, I don't believe in all that. It's like I became something else other than source. I became something else other than source. I took my ego away. I took the ego. I got rid of my ego. I don't need the ego anymore. We have to become one. We all have to be one. Even though I could be source, I still have to be one with everyone. Everybody has to be in the same level, no matter who they are. It's strange that we live like this. It's like, some part of me don't feel human. I don't feel human most of the time. Some part of me just wake up, and I hate waking up as a human. I hate waking up as a human every fucking day. I hate growing old. Some part of me hates growing old. Some part of me hates being human. Some part of me hates working. Some part of me just don't want to participate in this madness. A part of me does not want to participate in this fucking madness. I don't want to contribute to this madness. I just saw a little silver being sliver just came by me. I saw a little silver sliver. That was a good one. That one was clear as day. I just saw it right in front of my face. I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to contribute to this fucking madness. You know? I have a totally different direction in where I'm going. I realize how much a different direction I'm taking myself, not being part of this madness. I'm part. It's funny. I am part of this madness. I am part of this fucking madness, because in a strange way, I am contributing into it by doing my job. I do my job and I'm contributing to this madness. So how could you say I not contribute? That's one thing I don't get, that part. How could you not say that I haven't contributed, even though I contribute to doing my job every day, pay the bills, and it's like buying shit. How could I not say I can't contribute? That's a question I have to ask. That's one thing that's so weird about this world. It's like, how could you not contribute? Because you have no choice to contribute. I mean, you have no choice in this world. The spell of no choice. The no choice spell that they keep on us all the time, saying, "Oh, you have no choice." I hate that. I hate that word. I hate that word, no choice. I can't stand that word. It drives me nuts. Because you don't have no choices. It's really fucking fucked up. that these people that say we have choices. Yeah, no, it won't be on video because this thing, I don't know. These things are just they come to my face. I realize these so-called spirit things. Sometimes they fly over my head, and then sometimes they come into my face. You know, it's like they're curious. You know, it's like I have a whole bunch of spirits in my house. There's a whole bunch of spirits in this house, and they're all nice and calm and positive. I can't sleep. You know, have you guys noticed you can't sleep? I couldn't. I can't. I guess I fall asleep. I fall asleep for like 3 hours, and then I wake up. You know, then I can't sleep, and then I fall asleep for 2 or 3 hours, and I can't sleep. What's up with that? You know? Is that you, Alona? You still here? Or Dave? Are you still here? Okay, David's gone. I guess I'm done, Alona. Oh, okay, you still here? Okay. How come I see one? I only see one on there. Okay, two. It popped up. Oh, okay. I was just wondering. Oh, what else? I think I got all I need to get out of my head. Thank you, Dave, for being here. Thank you, Alona. I love you, Alona. You know. Okay, I'll let you guys go. I'm done. I'm done, David. Have a great day, David. Thank you, David, for coming here. Tell everybody in the game thank you. Yeah. I'll talk later. I don't know. I don't know if I don't feel like talk this week. I might go. I might be riding my motorcycle. I might be. If it's nice out tomorrow, I'll be riding my motorcycle. Goodbye, everyone. Have a nice day. You know. Thank you. In the stream.